Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link right away. We're gonna recap Fury, Wilder, the trilogy, the undercard fights. I'm gonna speak on the ones I saw. I came in I came in watching Kanaki versus Hellenius. That was the first fight I came in on. Shot the actual facts. Haplo, Martin, and Red Glove Militant in a live chat. Shout out to the playback game. Mondo says, "Hold on, I'm crying, brother. Gotta eat my crow. All right, eat it then, man. I'm eating mine too." Well, before I jump ahead to the Wilder fight, I want to go in order from the fights that I seen. Wayne Henney, um, Kanaki got blazed again. It's crazy. Two fights, two rematches, same result. Two rematches, same result. Stoppage. But Kanaki went in there with Hellenius, and Kanaki is just dirt. He's dirt. You know what I mean? It was nothing special about this dude, but PBC kind of made some big noise about him coming in. I guess because he had the Polish, the fan base, but dude is not skilled at all. Hellenius blazing twice, did away with that. Oh, I forgot. I did see the Jared Anderson fight. That was quick work, so I almost forgot that fight happened. Jared Anderson did his thing. He was in there with somebody who, anyway, got to get some better comp. Next fight, hopefully. I missed the Berlanga fight. I heard he got put on his ass or something like that. It is what it is. It happens in boxing. So I didn't too much care about what you call it, Eric Berlanga anyway. You know what I mean? Until he get in there with some real comp, there was no way. I'm not even paying attention to Berlanga. But I heard he got dropped, so but he got the decision. So I gotta watch that fight. And what else? Other fight. I missed the J Rock. I heard J Rock lost. Got upset by some dude. I was like, damn, J Rock lost. That's tough. Back to back losses. So damn, hold on, man. Back to back losses for three different people on the same card. Wilder, Kalnaki, and J Rock. Cause J Rock lost to what was dude name from what homie from that Jamil Blaze. It'll come back to me, but damn, J Rock got blazed twice in a row. Armando says Hellenius is actually good. He was undefeated at one time and gave White a war. Hey, he was actually boxing pretty damn good in there. Hellenius was confident. He was prepared. Red Glove say Hellenius versus Kalnaki too. The reblazing. That's all that shit was rekindled flame already. And Hellenius is pretty much picked up where he left off. I felt like Hellenius was giving him breaks though. I was like, he was letting him off the hook. I'm like, man, if you don't get this dude Kanaki up out of here, get the Kalnaki up out of here. Knock him out. That guy says UDC Flame in chat. Salute. What's up, fam? He lost to Vladimir Sanchez. Oh, that was his name? Vladimir Sanchez, who J Rock lost to. Damn. Oh, well. And Philly was doing good this year. Philly was doing really good. But J Rock lost, so it is what it is. I didn't see the fight, so I don't know if it was robbery or not. But Ife Ajagba versus Frank Sanchez, though, that fight went kind of how I felt it was going to go. Like in my mind, I seen the fight kind of going that way. Not the knockdown, though. Not the knockdown, but definitely and I know that knockdown was he was dude had a knee down. Um, Shitty Jogba did have a knee down, and Frank Sanchez hit him with the you'd get Street Fighter uppercut while he was on the knee, like Kaepernick. So I was like, damn, they let him make it with that. But I'm not gonna lie, Ife was hurt before he took that. That's why I mean he was going down, you know what I'm saying, and he was hurt. But that extra punch, that should have been something right there, a point, anything, if not a DQ. But anyway, the fight went on. Ife Jagba is not that good. He is not that good, man. You can't just be coming forward. with the 1-2, man. I mean, I'm not impressed with Ife Ajagba. You know what I mean? You know, I know that he done made history. Dudes and walked out of the ring right as the sound of the round one. So he made some historical, things happen, but he's not that good. See, skilled fighters expose these punchers, man. Punchers be in there, frustrated. They be in there trying to, get it together and think with the better thinker. And I'm like, man, you better just get in there and try to blaze the dude instead of trying to outpoint him. But Ife got blazed too. Ife is not ready for the big leagues. But shout out to Frank. Shout out to Frank Sanchez for getting the job done. Armando says, I think Hellenius just has uh, Adams' number, Black. Adam was pretty good. He beat Spilka, Washington, Charles Martin, and Chris Ariola convincingly. He did have a little bit of Ariola had moments against Kalnaki. I remember that. Even Martin. So I mean, I noticed in all of them fights, I'm like, man, this dude is don't have no defense. And Gerald Washington was never nothing special. So yeah, anybody can give him credit all they want for that, but everybody didn't blaze Gerald Washington. No disrespect. I'm just telling y'all facts. He even got blazed by Charles Martin. So Gerald Washington was food anyway. So the Areola, come on. It's Chris Areola. Areola got like what, 9, 10 losses, something like that. And then Charles Martin. It's Spilka, okay. But Kanaki is not it. He's trash. He looked like shit. Hablo, right? Wayne says, yes, Alanis was giving him a slow beating and could have got him out of there earlier. Yeah, I was like, man, if you don't get this dude up out of there, no defense having ass. Vladimir Sanchez is 13-4 now. He also set upset Angulo last year. Shout out to Vladimir. Ajagba couldn't get into the fight. I was like, man. And to be honest with you, Frank Sanchez, like, that's the only thing I'll be critiquing, like, with the Cuban fighters sometimes. They start to showboat, like, real skill, but then they start showboating and taking a lot of time off, just moving more than they need to when they can be punching because he had a Jaguar beat early and he could have just really just pressed it on him, but he was just in there fooling around. He just be in there fooling around. So I want to see Sanchez do better work offensively. Defensively, he was really sharp though. He did not get hit with too much of that power from Ife Jaguar. Sanchez was on point. Vladimir Hernandez, okay. It wasn't Sanchez, it was Vladimir Hernandez. All right. Frank Sanchez is really skilled. Would like to see him and Anderson fight. Ooh, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. Jared Big Baby Anderson versus Frank Sanchez is good work. I don't know if Anderson ready for that. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if Jared Anderson is ready for that work yet with Sanchez. Sanchez is really skilled in there. He's pretty quick for his size. He do got punching power. Um, I think they say he got an extensive amateur background, so that you got to be ready. You get in there with Sanchez, otherwise he gonna embarrass you. While you looking for the big shot, he just gonna outpoint you with easy, right? One of them easies. Oh, Washington Blaze Hellenius. Well, okay. Let's say you know, shout out to Washington for having that dub on his resume, but that's it. That is it. That dude ain't even on nobody radar. I mean, um, but yeah, I mean that fight, ended up going a distance, and then I didn't like how in the last round when you got blazed throughout the whole first 9 rounds, you need the KO. Why are you falling back like it's the second round and trying to outpoint Sanchez and outthink it? Be honest with you, Ife Jagba got on survival mode. I think in the last little rounds, the last few rounds, and I was disappointed. I'm like, man, this dude just gonna take this L. He's not gonna even try to win this fight. So I was just like, whatever. Ife got to come back better than that. But shout out to them too for putting their O's on the line this early in their career. I want to say this early, but it wasn't like it was a title fight. And two undefeated fighters meeting at that particular point in their career, you don't see that too much. So, the main event. Let me talk about. Um, it's the irony. It's so funny. We went from loaded gloves to loaded Lux walking out Deontay Wilder. I was like, they did some shit from loaded gloves to loaded Lux. Um, the walk-in was pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty fire. I liked the little outfit Wilder had on. He didn't have no space suit. It wasn't nothing too crazy. Um, it was kind of weird because I was seeing some videos circulating about Wilder's costume, and it looked like it was gonna be some military bomber looking type shit, but it didn't even end up being that. So I don't know if he changed his mind or if it was just a false rumor or whatnot. But it was pretty lit. Um, but when it was, and to be honest with you, oh, and then Tyson Fury's walk in was trash. That was trash. I don't know what that was. I don't even want to spend too much energy on that. But Tyson Fury's walk in need to be totally control alt deleted from the whole event. Just delete the edits from that. Don't even. That was horrible, horrible walk in for Tyson Fury. Great walk in for Wilder. Just devastating defeat. But speaking of the defeat, Groundhard Sports, what's up, fam? Speaking of the defeat, what'd you call it? Hold on. My fault. I had to mute. Speaking of this defeat, though, the first round, I was like, man, Deontay Wilder came out jabbing to the body, and I was like, okay, here we go. Go to the body. There you go, working. Wilder won the first round. He won the first round, and he won it by. And I liked how Wilder he didn't go upstairs right away, which he was doing in the first two fights. He was making it. He was fainting. Y'all didn't see Wilder fainting early on. I was like, this motherfucker in here fainting and shit. And instead of throwing it straight right up top, he was throwing it downstairs. And Fury was leaning back, thinking it was going to be a headshot, and he leaned back, and the body shot would land. He was like, "Oh shit!" He hit me with these body shots. Everything was clicking for Wilder when he was throwing the body shots. He was doing good. The extra weight, the power. It was like, okay, look, you able to have more effect on these shots, man. But uh, he stopped throwing the body shots, and shit just went south. Shit went south for him. Fury looked a lot like the second fight. It was just Wilder had a different game plan this time. He said, "What you think is next for Wilder personally? I think it's a ranked, easy contender tune-up, and then Trevor Bryan, the regular WBA champ. If he beats him, he'll be back then. Then give him Ruiz. I don't know. I don't know, man. Wilder took a lot of punishment in his last two fights, man. And then in this fight, he got knocked out. There's no question. Wilder got knocked out in this fight. You know. But to be honest with you, he fought his heart out. Wilder, you could tell Wilder was doing the best that he can do, but Wilder is just don't, as they say, man, like you can have a game plan, then you get hit and you can resort back to the same shit that you was doing before. And he was just doing a lot of the same shit. I started seeing Wilder look just like in the second fight after I think the fourth, fifth round. He started just backing up, corner to corner, post to post. I'm like, oh, here we go with this shit. Now this man just gonna walk you down and you backing straight up and he hitting you with them long ass shots, So yeah, Wilder got pieced up. But I gotta give it to Tyson Fury, man. That dude, that first right hand that dropped him, I was like, God damn. He fucking took that shit. That shit was like a shockwave through him. hit the canvas. His legs was gone. But that dude sat there, took the time a little bit, and got up, just like he did in the first fight. Just got up, and this dude got up twice, and it was multiple times in the fight. Well, Wilder had Fury hurt. He had him hurt, shaky legs. And to be honest with you, Fury wasn't fighting all that smart. I was looking at the shit like, man, Fury is not fighting smart. He was walking right into the right hand, right into that slow ass 1-2. I'm like, Fury is dumb. What is he doing? Walking right in. He was giving Wilder many opportunities. I'm talking about somebody who was out of gas. I think Wilder's probably out of gas by the fifth. You know what I'm saying? I think he was out of breath by the fifth. But it was like, this dude, man, Fury, I mean, Wilder's strong. I say Wilder's a strong dude. That's a strong dude because he was getting hit clean. Clean. And the man will not go down. I said, goddamn. Uh-oh.
Yes, yes. Hello, everyone. Last night, I gave you a show that, like none other. And I'm glad you were there to witness. Me, the Dasa killer, the destroyer, finally put that Dasa away where he belongs, back to the ninth ring of hell. Yes. That's where his spirit lies now.
God damn. So, um, what did you see in there, man? What type of problems did he pose in there, man? You had some trouble. He hit you with some clean right hands. I felt you kept walking down the middle and giving Wilder opportunities. What was it about? Was this the hardest fight compared to the first two?
Absolutely. I can't even question it. He came in there a little heavier. I felt the little punches, but I shrugged him off, brushed him off, and he got me to the body a couple of times, but I quickly neutralized that garbage. And like an 18 wheeler, I rolled over him over and over again through the rounds. And I showed you the meaning of leaning. And I leaned on him all fight, like the movie and a sequel that never happened, but it did.
Right. I heard that was one of the I don't know if excuses, but his first response was they said Wilder said he came to the fight to lean on me. Well, was it
Right.
Dr. Clark? Where's Dr. Clark? We need him. Mr. Sam. Lean on me, huh?
Close the gates. They tried to close the gates of hell,
That's
but I
calm
opened
down,
them up
dog.
for him.
Mr. Sam. Right. Go on and jump. So yeah, Wilder
Man,
got blazed again, back to back. Red says, Black, you kind of sounded like CJ from San Andreas. You even almost said his famous line. Here we go again. Right. Man, Wilder abandoned the body work. Only did well that round. Every time Wilder went to the body, he made Fury go on the back foot. That's what he needed to do. Then stopped and let Fury press him. And I want to say this. That was something that AJ should have kept doing too. And I felt like that was a big part of why he lost. He stopped doing what was working, which was going to the body, and then next thing you know, the boxer takes over. The better boxer took over. But AJ
yeah,
was doing good against Usyk when he was landing body shots. Same thing when Wilder was landing body shots on Fury, but he just stopped. He went back to the old Wilder, being wild, man.
yeah. I think as soon as like Wilder started grabbing him and leaning on him, Wilder panicked because he felt all that weight and them little ass legs, man. Them little ass legs get tired real fast. You know, you could tell Wilder ain't do no leg presses or nothing, man. Them legs is mad small. They look smallest that they ever been, man. He was just concentrating on the upper body, man.
Hmm.
You know? That big
Yeah,
body, them
man.
big muscles got tired real faster, you know. I'm telling you, man, that guy, the meaning of leaning. I told y'all, man, the live, you know what? When we had that live, Black, like 2 weeks before the second fight, what I say? I said Fury's gonna show y'all the meaning of leaning. He's gonna lean his big ass body on him.
Right.
He's gonna tire out them little legs. That's the same thing that happened. Nothing was gonna change. The
Yeah.
thing that needed to change was Wilder needed to work on his leg strength.
core
Yeah,
strength.
the weight. Mm-hmm.
You can't just add up all that weight, that muscle up top, and them arms and stuff like that, and your upper body, and not do nothing about the lower legs. You got to put the strength is in the lower legs. That's where you generate your power. He didn't do that. You should have been doing some running, some road work. You didn't see Wilder don't do no road work. So,
Mm.
shit was inevitable. But yeah, that body shot, man, he abandoned the body. Them body shots. He was having a Fury's body pretty pink, pretty red.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he started getting leaned on, getting a couple uppercuts, he got
Yeah,
uncomfortable, and
yeah,
then he
yeah.
reverted to the right hand.
There was a lot of brutal uppercuts. Iron Kong in the building.
Yo, what's up? What's up, champ? Just taking a little time off here. Heard y'all on. Let me show some love. Hey, what's up, Dasa Killer? How you doing, man?
What's
Doing
up?
good. I'm celebrating.
Did you catch the fight? Streamed it or something?
Yeah, I watched it this morning. I watched the in my means. I watched the fight.
Mm-hmm.
But it went like how I thought it would go. I mean, Wilder's gonna try something new until he gets punched up. Then he's gonna revert to Deontay Wilder. What the fuck? Like people was
That's
like,
what.
man, what? Wilder gonna make all these improvements? You don't see him doing all the body shots and Malik Scott. I'm like, bro, that's just for video shit. Deontay Wilder is who he is. It's how much fight? He's at 40 fights now. You think he gonna just be this different dude all of a sudden? He lifts all these damn weights, as Santos said, didn't do no squats. So what? You just come in here and put on all this upper body weight, like Johnny Bravo. I don't remember that cartoon, Johnny Bravo. And what?
Yeah.
I mean, he like the fight went how I thought it would go. He's gonna get punched in the face and he's gonna revert to type. No, wireless type is very dangerous. It's just not enough, and that's what happened. I don't. I mean, the fight went how I thought it would go. I don't know.
Yeah, he did, man. I mean, Wilder had his moments. He definitely had his moments. I was telling actually that I felt Fury was giving Wilder more opportunities than he needed to give him. Like I felt like he was coming right to Wilder and walking into the right hand at times. I'm like, why you keep doing that? Like you giving Wilder, he already gassed out and on weak legs. Why you giving him
Yeah.
the only opportunity he got, which is to land the
But
right hand? So
but Black David Hay has said Tyson Fury is going to give you opportunities to hit him. I mean, he's been dropped by he's been dropped by Cunningham, Wilder, what no, like what 3, 4 times now. He's going to give you opportunities to hit him. It's just that he's skilled enough to make up for it after a while. But he's going to give you opportunities. It's going to be there. But I don't know. Wilder I guess couldn't capitalize and all that. So that's how it goes, man.
grind hard and sporting advantage. What's going on, gentlemen?
I'm just chilling. What's
Yeah,
going on?
same man. Just kind of taking in the after of this fight. What a hell of a fight, though. What a fight.
Yeah, it was a hell of a fight, man. Another brutal loss though. And I was just like,
Yeah.
man. I mean, let me ask y'all a question. Let me start with you, Sporting. Do you feel like I mean, we know he took a hellacious beating in the second fight. I feel like he took another beating in this fight, but this one went 11 rounds instead of 7, if I'm not mistaken. So which fight you think you took more of a beating in?
It probably this one for sure. I mean,
Mhm.
he had a lot of time to recover, from the second fight. So, I assume he was fully, back to his normal self, and to be crushed like that. I know he was saying that he's going to reinvent, himself, and I think his jab got a lot better, but we still found out that right hand was the answer, and it worked for him. When he got dropped the first time, I was like, oh my god, this is so bad. Like this is going to be terrible for him. And then he came back and he ended up knocking Fury down twice. So I think it was a better win for him. But yes, I think he took more of a beating, especially like in the later rounds. Man, he was. I don't know how he stayed up. I mean, he's got some heart.
Yeah, Wilder he stuck to the game plan only for one round. I was just surprised that he gassed out so fast. Like he always had a good tank, but it looked like Fury's trainer seen it after the first round. He told me like he gassing out, and he ain't listened to Malik Scott, and Fury listened to his trainer, so he executed. And
Yeah.
Wilder, he was boxing off the back foot for a couple rounds, but
Morrison,
it just seemed like when his offense was too inconsistent.
Yeah.
And Fury had better movement and better punch placement.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
question though, Grindhard. You don't think he had nothing to do with all that weight Wilder put on just for this fight? Because he looked big as like. Is that the biggest he's ever been?
Hell yeah, he's bulked up, man, for sure.
Yeah, and he didn't defend Fury's dirty tactics. I can't even complain about Fury's dirty tactics because everybody knew it was coming. He still couldn't defend it. So
I will say that the ref did a great job in there because he tried to break it up like instantly every single time he was going to lean on him. And Wilder even said his game plan was, he was benching 350 and he's going to be able to easily, push Fury off of him. And it turned out over time that, that 350 just got heavier and heavier.
Yeah. I always respected Fury's skill, though, man. He's big and skilled. Big and skill take you far in all sports, not just boxing.
That's a fact. Skills, bills, man.
I think Brad said though, while like these last two fights for Deontay have been extremely damaging to him. Sporting said he had a lot of time to recover, but he took. Like against Luis Ortiz, the first fight, he took a lot of punches too. Wilder tends to take a lot of punishment before he catches people with the right hand, and that's been his career. Like Duhaupas closed up his eye before Gerald Washington was punching him up. Luis Ortiz was punching him up. He has a way of taking a lot of punishment, which people say. He has a great chin and all that, but I'm not interested in no boxer showing me how great your chin is, right? I need you to move your head. I need you to put your hands up or something.
Yeah, he had no head movement.
Yeah, it was just really strange. Like, but
why? He actually was in the early rounds. He was ducking. I was like, oh shit, he ducking some shit early.
Yeah, he was ducking under it a few times, but then he kept getting caught with a.
Fury's defense was not as good as I expected it to be.
No, it was suspect too.
No,
it was suspect.
Nah, I mean, it's just, I'm just saying, like, Wilder in his career has taken a lot of punishment. If you watch
Wilder, Wilder is the live by the gun, die by the gun type of
guy. Right.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
He need to take at least 2 years off, at least another 2 years off.
Oh, 2 years. Oh, man.
Years. He might.
Seriously, because they were bad losses, bro. How he was getting hit like that.
Yeah,
that was rough.
It's not like decision losses where you can say, all right, okay, I'll be back. But whatever, he got like really brutalized these last few fights, and that does something to anybody. I don't care who you are. That does something to anybody. I don't care. Nothing about your heart. That takes something from you, bro.
I mean, heck yeah. I mean, a lot was left in that ring last night for Wilder, for sure.
That takes something from you.
I ain't gonna lie, that first round though, them first couple of rounds though, that's just Dream Wilder, man, with the feints and all that. I'm like, look at this stiff ass nigga. Like his movement is just not even like Fury's, dog. He's too stiff. He just don't got it to box like that. He got to get you out there. I think he did what Mike Tyson said: go all in first 5-6 rounds. You can't get it done then. I don't know what to tell you as. Because Fury is a real deal 12-round fighter, dog.
And he's used to carrying that weight around. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, his conditioning is just on point to be that big, man.
Yeah, bro. It is. He's just used to carry, he used to that size, man. I mean he used to carry more weight around than that. Shit.
Yeah, that's his size. But with Wilder, I'm like, you can't just put on this weight just for the fight. If you're gonna put that weight on, you gotta put that weight on and walk around with that and train with that weight. Don't just put that weight on just for the fight because you're not gonna be used to that, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, it ain't that easy, man.
But let me ask you something, Alcone. You think that Wilder would have had more success, like say Mondo said, he's usually always between 212 and 223. If he would have came in at that weight, you think he would have a better chance, especially with the bigger Fury? Like I almost feel like I don't know if that would have helped.
Because at that weight, you're expected then to do much more movement with your legs and much more movement with your head and feints and all that. Wilder don't do that whether he light or he heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he don't do that never. And Tyson Fury knows that. He knows, look, I can get in on this dude and lean on him. Everybody knew what Tyson was gonna do. But it don't matter if Deontay is light. It don't matter if Deontay is heavy. He fights the same. And that's just what it is.
And Malik Scott, yeah, I guess you can call him a yes man, dog, because he just didn't give a fuck what he said, dog. He didn't give a fuck.
Oh wow. So Wilder wasn't listening. I wasn't paying attention to the.
He wasn't listening to Malik.
His cut man too also was like talking to him at the same time, but it was like motivational talk. Like it was weird. It was
man.
The whole corner was
I didn't hear all of that, bro.
Honestly, so I guess Breland was right then. Like this dude they don't listen to people. You can't talk to him. Can't say shit.
He wasn't listening to Breland either. That's why he didn't develop his arsenal.
Careful,
Breland say that man used to be late as hell coming to training. He used to be mad as fuck. Nobody even want to like talk to him like that because he'll snap. He didn't want to listen to no damn body.
Damn.
Yeah. And then you gotta look like this image right here. Like, whoa, you're tripping out, man. What are you doing? Looking like this troll dude right here. Hey, but 913 Boxer said Wilder said Fury has pillow fists, but it's not how hard you hit, it's how good you hit. And bad footwork and balance will set you up for a good shot.
Yeah.
So he couldn't stop
even on that
hit.
knockout shot. Like he had his he was putting his guard up, but it just like the angle that the shot came from, it just completely, it completely missed the guard that he was trying to put in front of it and just, knocked him out.
And Fury kept going for that ear too, man.
You said
same ear? The same ear?
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
All
at the
fight,
end of the
he was
fight,
aiming for that ear.
At the end of the fight, that ear looked the same
to the game
way.
plan. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, the fight between Wilder and Malik, his man busted the eardrums out. He the eardrum buster, man.
Let me tell you something, man. Wilder's
Ghostbusters, he the ear buster.
Wow. Wilder's 36 this month, man. And if he ain't listening to nobody by now, he ain't gonna listen again, man. You know what I mean? So if that's his Achilles heel, that Wilder don't follow instructions and all that, he just want to do what he want to do, then I don't see much hope for Wilder in the future for future fights because his whole style depends on quick twitch reflexes and all that. You 36, bro. You ain't gonna be as fast as you was 5 years ago, whatever. And everybody sees what you want to do. Everybody sees what you want to do. Everybody sees it. Everybody saw it before Tyson Fury. They just couldn't stop it. You're older now, and you don't listen to your corner. So, and let me ask you something though. Do y'all think Malik should have thrown in the towel?
I mean, we knew that was.
If we didn't have like the whole build up from beforehand about like, oh, my trainer was told not to, then maybe I would say yes. But everything that was said about him's like adamant. Do not throw in the towel. Then no, you just got to let him learn.
Oh.
If you want to be unemployed, throw in the towel. I mean,
Malik got OnlyFans, man. He don't need no goddamn.
This dude.
Yeah, no, I think somebody else would want Malik, man. He had a real deal game plan, man.
Just wasn't being listened to, no.
Well, I mean, it was like Wilder aborted it after the 4th, 5th round. Seemed like once he started really getting caught with them big shots, and it was like I seen that panic on his face. I think it was like the 5th round. I was like, damn, it's that same look he had in the second fight, backing up. He's concerned about the next big punch that's about to land, but not doing nothing to avoid it. Like, come on, Wilder.
Yes, you don't see this shit? Hand movement to avoid it.
That shit was rough, man. So, Wilder got them hands put on him, man. They had all the stars there too, Magic Johnson and all kind of people there, man.
Everybody came out, man. Hey,
everybody came out.
Why was this about J-Rock though? Did he fight last night?
Yeah.
Did he look bad? Because everybody's saying he looked bad. Did he look bad?
Nah,
Yeah,
the
that's
dude,
what everybody
the
said.
dude, nah, the dude he fought was trash. Got him out of there in like 2 rounds.
J-Rock?
Oh, you said J-Rock. I'm thinking of Jared Anderson. My bad.
No.
So J-Rock, I heard he lost.
Yeah, people saying like he looked really bad or something. Like, what?
I guess, bro.
I guess all that inactivity and shit, bro. Him and Jack Herb need to fight like loser leave town or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard he lost. I got to catch that fight though.
I was out to eat with my fam. I couldn't catch that fight, but I heard he did look bad. But I don't think they gave him the loss though. I don't think, did they?
I think he lost the fight. I heard Naki looked bad too. He got beat up bad and got disqualified or some shit.
Yeah, I think that was just good Hellenius, man. Hellenius controlled that distance on his ass, kept his ass at the end of all his punches. Hellenius did some good work in there. I can't lie.
Yeah, man. Hey, Iron Kong, Kaunaki, man, go ahead.
Nah, I'm just, again, I didn't watch the fights. I only watched the Wilder one this morning.
But what are your thoughts on this, man? This back-to-back losses to Hellenius, man.
Kaunaki? Remember, people was, these dudes was like hyping up, like, man, Kaunaki gonna do this, he gonna fight.
Be the next one for a minute.
Yeah, he was supposed to be this guy, and he all this. But hey, man, he turned into what was that dude who used to punch? Who was punching Rick Bone in his nuts? What was his name?
Was it Baltha or what was the other one? Not Baltha.
Andrew Galata.
Galata, there we go. One of them, yeah.
No, he just met a dude whose style just all wrong for him.
Galata got a whole lot of DQs, man.
He can go on.
Yeah, Hellenius has had his number for the past 2 fights.
And he just met a dude early in his career whose style bad for him.
Yeah, just bad for him. But then what's crazy is that
days from round 1. Like Kaunaki from round 1, he was like in survival mode.
Oh wow.
Like that shit is real, bro. Like it just the way somebody fight is just a good counter to yours.
And I'm guessing Kaunaki was the old way where he was just rushing in with his face, no defense really.
Yes.
And Kaunaki tried to change this fight. He didn't have all the output either. It was just
all the output was on his face.
He couldn't get inside that range. He just couldn't.
Well,
him output was right on his face.
They all try to grow that like quick beard, as if it's gonna save him.
Well, him and Andrew Galata are both Polish people.
Pillow.
Him and Galata are both Polish, and they like punching people in the nuts apparently. So
ain't Hellenius Polish too?
Nah, he from Finland, I think, or Finland or Norway or something.
Hellenius might have a future. Shit, he only got 3 losses.
Yeah.
3 losses, yeah. I mean, hey, who y'all think is a good fight for him next?
Why?
He might get avoided.
Why? You think somebody gonna avoid him? Where he ranked at? I gotta look at it.
They might avoid that style.
Who?
Robert Hellenius.
I don't think Robert Hellenius is nobody to be avoided. I mean, Dillian White beat him. I mean,
he's got he's got the 1-2.
I don't know if anybody would want to be scared of him, but he's in a good position to where if you beat him, you'll probably climb up. Let me check his rank though.
Maybe Michael Coffey. I mean, he need a fight.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think he might be all wrong for Coffey, bro.
He just lost recently, remember?
Oh yeah.
Johnny Rice. To Johnny Rice.
My bad. Sorry.
Maybe Johnny Rice.
I mean, but that's a good comeback fight if you want to get himself back in. Hey man, get your ass in there.
I'm not sure if that's a good comeback fight.
I'll take a Hellenius. I'll take a Hellenius versus Charles Martin. Don't sleep on Charles Martin. I'll take that.
Hellenius is ranked number 3 in the WBA.
Yeah.
And nowhere else. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
So I guess beating Kaunaki doesn't do anything really for you. Just leaves you in one sanctioned body.
I think he beat Kaunaki and then he jumped to Kauni's position because he was ranked lower than Kaunaki in the WBA. And when he beat him, he jumped him.
He's right behind Michael Hunter, so that's a good little fight.
Man, Michael Hunter ain't trying to fight him.
Michael won't fight. Come on, man. Michael talking about calling Dillian White name, man. You better fight.
Yeah, stop.
Hellenius.
You better go fight. That Triller said they had like 3 fight. I got a 3-fight deal for you. You don't have to fight Ergovich.
Somebody got to fight my dog Hrgovic, man.
Hrgovic and Hellenius, man. Set it up.
That's a cross promotion though. That's hard to make.
Hey, speaking of cross promotion, shout out to the PBC and Top Rank cross promotion shit cracking this year. Y'all see that? Low key?
Yep.
Hey, did y'all see in the press conference how Crawford caught the dude? He was like, these fighters, when they want to get these fights done, it gets done. It just gets made. And he was like, go back and say that again. You said when the fighters want to make it happen, they make it happen, right? And pretty much put the PBC on the spot. I was like, okay, I see you, bud. I see you.
Yeah, but Bob Aaron said it.
Yeah, Bud made it seem like Spence was ducking.
All of them, basically. He said, I'm letting y'all know now, that tell y'all right there, ain't Bud Crawford that's been holding up these fights. He said that shit in the press conference. Like,
press conference?
The most recent one, yeah.
Man, Black, you gotta remember, man. I'm catching up, bro. I don't know nothing about what the fuck's happening in boxing, man.
Well, yeah, that's what happened.
I gotta go watch that then.
Tiana in the chat said, do y'all think Wilder could have beat any other heavyweight that night, like Porter said? I mean, he could have definitely beat. He might would have beat AJ. Probably could have beat that. That's still a fight I want to see. Like, make that fight happen. Y'all both coming off a loss. Let the undisputed happen, and y'all two fight.
I think
they're not gonna let Fury Usyk happen that quick.
Please, just to get it out the way. Fuck it.
I think the question would be could any other heavyweight survive that, fourth round 2 knockdowns from Wilder? So
exactly. He was in there.
If they can't do that, then nobody could. But
them first
if
4
they
rounds
can survive that, then
dangerous.
It's not that bad after 7.
You imagine the first 4 rounds with what Wilder is gonna be kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
Scott should not have thrown in the towel. Wilder almost dropped Fury at the end of the 10th. I mean, he was rocking Fury, in them late rounds too. I was just like, damn, Fury is leaving himself open to get knocked out.
I was gonna say, right, Fury's defense last night was not great. I was gonna say, I think it was more to do with Fury being real reckless last night, and real careless for no reason. I don't understand why. And it was giving Wilder a lot of opportunities that he didn't need to give him, right? And it was like, so I'm saying another heavyweight would be a bit more responsible in their approach to Deontay Wilder. But I don't know.
Yeah.
A bit more. I don't know. Tyson Fury just looked like, I don't know. He was rushing in on Wilder. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna take everything he got, and I'm just, he gonna have to just take everything I got, because I don't know. He just came in there with straight grit, war. He was in war mode with Wilder, but I think it was stupid. And while I was watching the fight, I was like, I think Usyk can beat Fury. I don't know if it's just because of the game plan that he had, the approach he had to Wilder, but I was like, man, I think Usyk's speed and his movement and his style he'll be able to beat Fury. But
I think Fury
will have to use the ring, man. Use the whole ring.
He'll have to. Fury would know enough to grab him and lean on him too. You know what I'm saying?
But listen, Wilder can get grabbed up and leaned on because he's slow.
Usyk gonna stick to a game plan though.
He's not gonna be able to grab Usyk like that. Usyk gonna be in and out, and Wilder has no inside attack at all, and that's when he was really getting fucked up.
I see him throw an uppercut last on the fight. Like, what do you mean?
Somebody like
uppercut, like one or two.
Somebody need to take a knee every time Fury lean on him, dog.
That's what he did a few times.
It just Usyk sticks to a game plan, man.
Yeah, Usyk's like a robot. You just kind of plug something in his head and he just listens to his corner. He follows the plan. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if Wilder was that great last night or Tyson Fury was just friggin' disrespecting this man, like as if like this ain't still Deontay Wilder. Like we don't know the man has a fastball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Until another good American heavyweight steps up. Well, who's that?
I guess Jared climb up the ranks. Usyk is somebody to fight for Fury to fight. Fury cannot just act like ain't nobody out here to fight. If Usyk is right there with 3 belts, he just as accomplished as you in the amateurs. all that shit. Never lost, no draws. Beat AJ. He fucked up your AJ money. You should want to beat him up.
Yeah.
He can't just act like ain't nobody out here, bro.
They be doing that shit. Ugas fucked up the bag too at welterweight. I was like, ain't that some shit? Y'all boys was chasing the cash cow and it got knocked off.
Marination Promotions. Got meat spoiled in the marinade.
Marination Promotions, man. And then the dude who don't know no English come around and knock the shit off. Give me your cash cow. Bloop. Get him out of here.
Goddamn right.
That's how the game go this year. 2021, man. For your ass. Thank you, Tony. I was just one folks to see that isn't something I made up.
Hey,
actually.
What y'all think about that dude F it? I told people F ain't that.
He not there. He not ready.
Overrated.
I didn't think that Sanchez would do it like that.
Oh, go ahead, Layden.
Rough to watch.
Turn your volume up, though, Layden. You kind of low.
Sanchez chasing Fury now.
FA so overrated, bro. He just all he got is a straight 1-2, straight 1-2, straight 1-2. Nothing else, mate. You know what I mean? And I want to ask you boys a question. Like when I was watching that fight last night with Wilder and Fury, I think the Wilder should have been knocked out 4 rounds earlier, but Fury haven't got no power. I think anyone else like Dillian White or whatever would have put Wilder to sleep a lot earlier. No power, mate. No power. It was like accumulative punches, not power. You know what I mean?
Went to the 11th round getting beat like that. I was like, damn.
But that's pillow. You gotta hit somebody a lot of times with a pillow and knock them out, right? That's what Wilder said. He got pillow hands.
Nah, he was getting hit square too much. Yeah, that would have knocked any heavyweight out.
Damn.
No, but then if you look at if Wilder was stood there in front of White or Joshua getting punched like that, he would have gone. He would have gone way before. Even Chisora would have got rid of him before then. I'm not saying Chisora could beat him, but I'm saying for the punch power, Chisora would have got rid of him.
So let me ask you something. Y'all think these two dudes were just like, man, F that. Let's just fight. You know what I'm saying? You know, ain't no boxing, nothing. Let's just fight and call it that because they probably pissed off at each other, whatever. And Fury was like, man, I'm not doing no defense. I'm gonna just fight this dude.
Yeah, he was just fighting him. He was fighting him. Man. He wasn't even really boxing him. He started to box a little bit after he got dropped. When he got dropped, he started boxing. Then he started fighting him again. Damn, but Wilder got his ass whooped again. I mean, but at least this time he went out on the shield like he wanted to.
Yeah, that's okay.
Nobody stopped him.
Black.
Huh?
Black, have you seen Eddie Setback's interview with Malik Scott?
No, I don't watch that, bro. What happened?
I don't watch Eddie Setback.
Mate, I had to watch it because he was on it today. Like, and he had him in the hotel last night, and he's talking to him. Oh, mate, you got to watch it. Trust me, it's crazy.
What happened, man? I got time to be giving that watch time.
Malik Scott can't say nothing bad about Wilder on camera, bro.
Nah.
You said he can't. He's
You know what?
So what's up?
Come on, bro. He's the gay man of boxing fans, like, you know. And him and Malik Scott in the same room.
What the hell?
It just wasn't right. It wasn't right, like, you know what I mean?
What happened, man? Tell us what happened, dog.
No, you gotta watch it. Just watch it yourself, mate.
You gonna make me pull this shit up.
Man.
I listened to it, but I already know what he's talking about.
You know what he's talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking about? Okay.
Yeah, it's really just the trainer relationship difference. Like you look at Sugar and Tyson, it's like Sugar is not afraid to sit there and tell him, like, yo, stop being an idiot. Use your jab. Don't let him set that up. True. And he listens to him. And he also respects him. And, he talks very highly of him. And then on the other side, it's like, the trainer kind of fears the fighter.
Sugar Hill told him that Wilder was gassing out.
Armando, we might have to make a bet then. If the undisputed fight, my bad, Groundhog. Let me say this to him real quick. If the undisputed matchup get made between Usyk and Fury, me and you, we can make a bet on Usyk. I know you're saying it's too small for Fury, but we can talk. But go ahead, though.
I believe in Usyk.
I like Usyk.
We can talk about that.
Same year, bro.
I don't think Fury just.
I went to the Josh. Black, I went to the Joshua and Usyk fight. I went to the stadium. I
He said, "Wilder, your king is falling." Still so.
And bro,
Go
the
ahead,
only reason
man.
I went there is because the only reason I went to that fight is because I rate Usyk that good, and I did have a feeling Usyk would beat Joshua. And mate, he beat Joshua. And I'm a Joshua fan. He beat Joshua good, bro. He beat Joshua good. And that guy is the business. I'm telling you. People saying like he's too small. No, mate. No, mate. He's the business. Trust me.
Dude, skills, man. His skills is what's going.
You just gotta get through AJ one more time.
One more
I
time.
still believe in AJ too. If he can change and
Right?
fight as the big man, maybe he can.
Nah, listen, bruv. Bro, I'm an AJ fan. I've been an AJ fan. And I'm telling you, if AJ fights this guy again, Usyk stops him. Usyk stops AJ.
No, he tried to fight Usyk's fight though, bro. You got to see it if how he approaches.
Yeah, he did try to fight his fight.
He literally tried to fight his fight.
That was dumb,
bro. But if Joshua comes in all guns raging, he'll gas out, and Usyk will knock him out. Trust me.
Wilder and AJ both were on top of the world, undefeated, and today, they're not. I guess you would say they're not even top 5.
Listen, they got the same amount of losses, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly, because of the draw. Yep.
Same amount of losses.
There's one difference. AJ Phil.
Listen, they was on top of the world. Now they both is all the biggest punches in the game right now. Biggest punches at heavyweight got 2 losses, man, and knocked off the top spot. So a lot of people put on emphasis. Go ahead.
Black. This is Fury and Wilder's fault because AJ was the cash cow at the time. I don't think he's going to be the cash cow anymore, mate. I don't think there's going to be a cash cow in this heavyweight division. They should have fought.
Cash cow's getting knocked off, man.
There. I think
it's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Hopefully, you better hope Caleb Plant don't fuck up the money train with Canelo and shit.
Bro,
it'll be over with.
But to be fair, even though Fury did go on his little coke binges and shit, he was the number one. And he lineal and he beat Vlad and he never lost. So you can arguably say that these dudes were never number one.
Stop the lineal. Bro, that lineal, don't even bother.
Stop that lineal.
That's gone. Just stop the lineal. I'll let you go on with everything else, but just stop the lineal.
You said right there, just push the brakes. Dylan White is that mandatory for that belt, so Fury might have to fight him next. Maybe if he can't, they say, undisputed trumps these mandatories, so we'll see. But of course, he got the rematch coming up, but Fury might take a whole year off and just wait for undisputed if the money is right. But we don't know. He might try to avoid Usyk, man, be honest.
Oh, what about if Fury goes franchise? I got a feeling he's
nah, here you go with that, man.
So he don't have to, he don't. All right, watch.
So he don't want to unify,
then.
He don't want to be undisputed.
You can unify with a franchise. You can unify.
With a franchise. You go,
look at Lopez. That's what Lopez. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Layden, this dude. All right, go ahead, break it down for us, man. How does this franchise shit work?
Well, what I'm saying is Fury, right? Bob and they'll think, well, hang on, we've got to come back to Britain. And remember, Fury says he don't want to fight in Britain anymore. He wants to fight in Las Vegas. White's not going to sell out in Las Vegas with Fury. 2 Brits is not going to sell out over there. So he's going to have to come over here to have a stadium fight, which he thinks he can pull out a stadium fight like what Joshua. Listen, mate, he won't put a stadium fight out over here. He will not do it. People don't realize how hard it is. You can fill up the O2, 20,000, but you will not fill out 70,000, whatever. Josh, even though Fury's popular, he ain't got what Joshua got. He haven't got that. He just haven't got it. And for him to do that, I got a feeling that he's going to avoid Dillian White because he's dangerous, Dillian White. Dangerous. And he will knock you out. Because I'll tell you now, if Dillian White was to have a street fight with any of these heavyweights, he would beat them up. Because he is hard as nails in a street fight. Ex-bouncer, being shot, being stabbed. Dillian's a beast, mate. Do you know what I mean? But as a boxer, he ain't got the boxing skills as Fury. But none of them will want to fight him. And I reckon Fury will go franchise so I can pick and choose who I want to fight rather than fight Dillian White.
Man, Mauricio need to chill the fuck out, man. No franchise heavyweights. Why that franchise shit need to chill the fuck out.
Hey, did Mauricio bring that back up to Fury or something? Like, why is he Layton even talking about that? Like, was it brought back up or something?
No, it's always there. It's always there, Nick. If you're the WBC champion,
they already denied him.
Just
so
petition to ask for it. No. Fury haven't asked for it. Fury has not asked for it. But I can see
I
Bob
thought he
and that.
requested
So
it
Bob
one
wants to
time. I
keep.
thought he did.
No, he's never requested it. Never requested
I
it.
thought
And
Iron
I know
Clone heard
Bob.
that
Bob's
too.
going to keep
No.
Fury. Where he's on fire now, Fury in Las Vegas. Bob's going to want to keep him in Las Vegas. Bob don't want him coming over here, and he thinks he can sell out the Manchester United Stadium.
Hey,
He won't
didn't he
sell it
move
out, mate.
to
He won't
the
sell it out.
States? So yeah, he moved to the States, man. After he beat Wilder, he moved to the States.
No, he got a house. He got a house in Las Vegas, and he got his house. He's based in Morecambe. He's still based as a British citizen, but he got two places where he works. But Bob ain't gonna have it. I'm telling you, no. The man
he can't fight in UK because of that Nigel Law case.
No. What it is in the UK, it's the same as anywhere. If you're gonna fight, you apply for your license 2 weeks before you're going to fight. If I fight in Nevada, I apply 2 weeks before. If I'm fighting in New York, I apply for my thing 2 weeks before. If I'm in Britain, I fight 2 weeks. What it is, he just let his license go in Britain. What you got to do is apply for it, and he'll get it. It's got nothing to do with Angelo, bro.
Hey, Tiana Trotter said Scott said Wilder broke his knuckle early in the fight. Do you believe it? I didn't see any signs of injury or anything like that. I mean, I can't remember seeing him, like, you know what I mean, like shake his hand or something after a punch landed. No,
it wouldn't have mattered.
I think somebody said, "Oh, go ahead, Tony."
No, I was gonna say it wouldn't have mattered if he broke his knuckle or not. Like, that fight would have played out identical whether his knuckle was broke or not. The thing about it is, this is what I was saying, like, and I made a video on it. But to me, honestly, that was the best Deontay Wilder I have seen. The problem with him is he does not have the pedigree of Tyson Fury or the experience. So if you saw the first 2 rounds, it wasn't until the latter part of the second round that Fury started to catch on to what Wilder was doing. But Wilder had him confused and hesitant to attack for the first 2 rounds up to the end of the second round. The problem with Wilder was, although he was jabbing good to the body, setting up the straight to the body, he was very linear and only one-dimensional. So he kept attacking the same way. And what was the story of the fight was when Tyson Fury adjusted to it, because he started learning his timing, started seeing how he was coming in and out. He started catching him with the check hooks. And that's really what started hurting Deontay Wilder to begin with, because there were several check hooks that it caught him with as Wilder was trying to come into jab or come into to throw a straight. So basically what I'm saying is, Wilder, if he was attacking to the body, he was only attacking to the body, and it was straights, ones coming down the pipe or twos coming down the pipe. There was no variation of high-low, feints, jab, feint a jab, throw a straight. And then whenever he was going up high, it was always an up high attack. It was never a variation of attack. So to me, he showed a lot more technical skill. His downfall in this fight was he had no variation to what he was doing. So for a guy as smart as Tyson Fury, he'll hone in and he'll catch you making mistakes because you're doing the same thing, rinse and repeat. And that's what he did. So the broken knuckle to me is irrelevant.
Damn. So what did you think about like Fury? You think he was kind of like giving Wilder a lot more opportunity? I was just seeing him walking in to a lot of big shots, and it was getting hurt even late when freaking Wilder had like nothing left in the tank, really.
Well, the thing is so Wilder is weird because I've seen him in fights before to where he had looked exhausted, and then he comes back with like a fucking 8-punch combo flurry. I believe in the second Ortiz fight, he looked extremely winded going into that 7th round, and then he just got shot with all this burst of energy. So I think him being exhausted is very... It's like a deception. I don't believe he's as tired as he appears.
Because the way he be kind of walking in the ring, backing up, I be like, damn, he must be exhausted, just holding that weight up with the legs.
Yeah, but then he let like
Wilder got no cardio. Wilder got no cardio because he don't run. He don't run. He never have run, and he don't skip rope. He only started skipping rope this camp. And when you look at him, he's not even skipping rope. He's putting a skip to the side, to the side, to the side. That's not skipping. He got no cardio. And if you've seen that fight last night, you could see he got no cardio, mate. That's that. And everyone says Joshua gasses. He gasses worse than Joshua, mate.
Well, like in the Ortiz fight, I think Tony's right there because like he was gassed in the Ortiz fight, and then it's just like he said, it's like out of nowhere he's kind of got like that second wind in him, and he's like, throwing, the same type of punches he was throwing in the first round. And you could even say, who's the guy that he went 12 with? What's his name? Ended up knocking him out the first round. Stavern. Yeah, in that fight, you could. I don't even know how to, really think about that fight now.
Yeah, I mean, Stavern wasn't
as
no
far
type
as
of fury. Yeah, but he definitely didn't gas in that Stavern fight, the first one.
Here's the problem that nobody thinks about.
Okay.
A lot of people have never fought. Here's the thing. Cardio is one aspect to fighting. Yes, you need cardio. Cardio as in I can throw punches for 12 rounds. But what cardio doesn't help you with is when you're getting your ass whooped, that also saps you of energy. Getting punches landed on your face makes you tired. Getting punches landed to your body constantly make you tired. And unless you are used to taking an ass whooping, which Wilder's not, he's always dictated the pace. Outside of Fury and Ortiz, he's the one dictating the pace. He's the one unleashing the punishment. When you get punishment put back to you, it can exhaust you. And you could see in that fight to where the punches of Fury was, in my opinion, causing the exhaustion more than the pacing of the fight.
Yeah, man. So, hey, Tony, you think he can come back from this, man, and possibly
hell yeah.
With this, I mean, I'm just thinking about the punishment this dude took. I'll be honest with you. At one point, I was like, man, if this dude go into the late rounds and like make it out of this fight, I was like, man, he gonna be damn near a vegetable out here. Like, I just felt like, man, he ain't gonna be able to talk right because he's just getting hit with shot after shot. They're not gonna throw the towel in, and he was just getting blazed for 11 rounds, man. So
you got to look at a lot of the shots that Fury was landing. He was landing on while he was too close, so he was smothering his own shots. So, like, a lot of people looked at the fight and they was like, if Fury just landed one hard shot, it would be over from about the 7th round on. But the problem was he wasn't landing that one hard shot until the 11th round because he was staying so close to Wilder because he was still at fear. And like I said, in the 10th round at the very end, he damn near floored Fury again. Like, he came back with like 10 seconds left on the clock and had Fury wobbled. So I don't know. Like, I don't think this is the type of fight to where, because it's not like he got knocked out like Dillian White, where he was in dream world. You know what I mean? He wasn't in another dimension.
But I'd rather get knocked out like that. I'd rather get knocked out like that than accumulately battered. Do you know what I mean?
I agree with
Legend worse, man.
This was worse.
The one punch.
Worse,
this was worse.
Is when he went down, he didn't go down to the fact of where he was out for 30 seconds. He was up. The referee was holding him. He never truly lost consciousness. Now he was out. Down.
He was out cold. He was cold. He was out cold for about 4 seconds.
He started
4 seconds.
No. He wasn't out.
He was out cold for about 4 seconds.
No. When he hit the ground, the referee grabbed his back. He was already trying to get up. Watch,
bro. His eyes were gone.
He was sitting up.
I watched it.
No, he was. The minute he hit the ground,
when he was hit. No. Yeah. The ground woke him up. He hit when he hit the ground.
Listen to what I'm saying, Leighton. The minute he hit the ground, the referee kneeled down behind him and caught him almost. And his back went into the legs of the referee. The referee was pushing his shoulders down. From right after he connected, the referee was on top of him. He started to make motions to get up.
I agree with that. But what I'm saying to you is when he was clocked standing up, he was out cold. He was cold. He hit and fell to the rope. He was out. And he hit the floor, and the floor woke him up. When he hit the floor, he come back around. But he was out cold on that punch, bro. I'm telling you.
I think that it was one of them shots where it's just he was so exhausted, so gone that anything would have put him down. And I don't think it was from a
He was super exhausted at the end of that. Yeah.
I don't think it was that devastating of a knockout, is what I'm saying. I think it was more or less any punch. You could have hit him, Leighton, and he would have fell down the same way.
Yeah,
drained to the point that it was like any shot could have finished the job off. Yeah, he was drained. He was beat.
When he was walking out of the ring, he gets out of the ring and he goes to raise his hand to thank the fans for coming, and he almost fell off it from there. Like he literally almost lost his balance. But just speaking to the exhaustion.
Black, I went back to what you said earlier with Deontay Wilder. It's like, what's he going to do next? Because he's got to be pay-per-view. And if he's going to be pay-per-view, how can he fight a contender for pay-per-view? The people are going to pay this money for a pay-per-view. I don't know what they're going to do with him, mate. Because, like, you're not going to do big numbers with him to fight some contender. So what are you going to do with him? Because he's not going to fight normal, is he? He's got to be pay-per-view.
It's still a big fight out there. Like I said, the AJ fight. I mean, if he loses to Usyk again, you know, I mean, that's still a big fight.
I pay-per-view. I feel like it would be fool. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be 100% honest. From what I saw, and I like to think that I'm very good at doing these predictions. From what I saw from Wilder, if he would have been with Malik Scott for say 2 to 3 fights before he got in there with Fury on that night, I believe he would have beat Fury. So I think as long as he wants to continue boxing, it would be foolish for him to quit because he's starting to show what he should have shown 20, 30 fights ago. He's just starting to actually pick up on what he needs to do. He's just got to get smart enough to know where to throw, how to throw, and when not to throw. He hasn't learned the levels of it yet, but he is starting to really get the fundamentals down, and it reflected. The thing is, he was in there with the best boxer in boxing to do it again. So if you
the biggest,
that's true, Jump too.
You're not going to fight a bigger giant than that either.
He's 35 years of age. His body's breaking down. His body is probably, like you're saying, tonight he's supposed to have broken a knuckle. Every time he's fighting, he's getting injured. His body's breaking down. I'm 45, right?
He swing hard as fuck.
When you get to late 30, you're punching properly, you don't break bones. But when your technique's all wrong and everything, when you get old, your body breaks down, mate. And when he can't do it anymore. He will not be able to do it. Completely, his body's breaking down, and he's 36 this year. So by the time he has this year off, he'll come back next year. He's 37. 37, mate. Nah.
But here's the problem, Leighton. We are talking about a different era of boxing. This isn't the age of Muhammad Ali when 30 years old was a granddad. Guys nowadays fight. They can fight into their mid-40s and still be high-level fighters. Like, case in point, Chisora should have just beat Joseph Parker. Like, he should have got that win. And he's in his mid-40s. Klitschko damn near beat AJ. Klitschko damn near beat AJ at 42 years old with a 2-year layoff coming off of a loss. So I don't think he's old enough to where I would say that I believe that his body's breaking down, because if you look at all his fights, he dominated everybody he fought, but Ortiz put some damage on him, and now Fury.
That's because he's fought no one. He's fought nobody. That's why. Look at his resume, bro. That's a different conversation altogether.
No, but it's not about who he's fought. It's about wear and tear on the body. In order for your body to get wear and tear, it has to be torn. I'm just saying he hasn't been torn down, broken down.
Yeah, fair comment, bro. Fair comment.
I believe under Malik Scott, if he keeps training the way he is and he can up his IQ to go with it, I think in 2 to 3 fights, you will see a complete Deontay Wilder. I think he needs it. I think he should come back, fight a C-level fighter.
But real quick, let me ask you about the defense part, though. Is Malik good for him in that aspect? I didn't see nothing improving his defense, man. That shit was, I mean.
Yeah, I agree. He was more offensively oriented. Defense was not the greatest.
That stepping back with your hands down, like trying to avoid. He was doing a few. It was looking sharp in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. It was looking pretty sharp in the beginning, but man, maybe it's just the mental part of Wilder. He just checks out after a certain point, and he just started doing his old shit.
Black is technique, bro. It's technique, and you can't drill it in. You gotta know.
And that windmill shit.
There's defense and there's defense. And there's no defense at all. He resorted back to his old school with that windmill. You're right, bang on. But he got no defense. That's his worst. When he goes back on his back foot, he can't fight. He cannot fight when he's on his back foot. He can only do anything on his front foot.
There like that. Wilder Ortiz 3, huh? On pay-per-view says so. Trolling.
Nah, I think that, yes, his defense was lacking. But again, I have to keep coming back to this. You got to understand, nobody has ever said that Deontay Wilder was a great technical fighter. So my only point to all of this is I watched him have Fury confused for the first 2 rounds. Now, this is the first time that he was underneath Malik Scott. First fight. So he had no experience trying to implement the new game plan. And yes, he reverted back because when you push to the wall, most people muscle memory kicks in and you revert back to what you know best, which was windmilling. However, before he got to that point, still, I have to stress, he is literally in there with the best technical boxer at heavyweight. There is no better. Usyk is good, but he's not better than Tyson Fury when it comes to technical ability. Nobody is that big. Nobody who has been that big has ever moved as well as Tyson Fury. He is by far one of a kind for a guy that size. So if you put him in there with a guy who's not the very best, he's going to look different.
Hey, do y'all agree with this comment? Y'all think people still gonna come out for Wilder, being that he still has the ability to knock you the fuck out, and people love to see that type shit. You know, even though he's not the best skilled dude, but y'all think he's still gonna be able to bring people out, regardless of you know him being champion?
No, we haven't got a belt, so no, I don't think he
Come
will
on,
got a belt.
Layden.
Because no
Be
matter
for
what
real,
way you
man.
sell it, no, whatever way you sell it, I'm being honest. Because you got to think the other belts would be fighting someone else, and the promoters would be promoting Usyk and Fury, and they'd be picking up that, and then he's trying to sell a fight without no belts. It's not going to have the same buzz as the other boys. It's not.
Well, one thing you can never say though, you know, no matter if it's in loss or you know in a win, is like, dude, Wilder comes to fight. Like he really does.
He does.
Like you don't have to like wonder. It's like, oh, I wonder if it's going to be a good show tonight. It's like it's going to be a banger.
So when I think he symbolizes what, like when you look at the heavyweight division and you look for somebody who going in there to knock you out with one shot, Wilder, it does, you know, represent that real heavyweight puncher.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
wanna-
kind of been selling for years.
That's what you saw. This is
like number
Black,
one,
Black.
probably not, but good, yes.
But listen to this real fast. Think right now, okay? Let's say AJ beats Usyk in the rematch, right? Now, I don't believe Anthony Joshua can win 1 round against Tyson Fury, and I sure as hell don't think he's going to be able to knock him down. Now, you got to
Styles
think
make
about
fights. Styles make fights, bro.
I understand that styles make fights, but think about this. If Deontay Wilder is as bad as certain people make him out to be, then how is it that, in my opinion, and we will see because the future will reveal what it will be, how is it that Deontay Wilder has now floored this dude 4 times, and I don't think AJ's even going to hurt him?
That's true, bro. I mean, when it comes to that,
bro.
like somebody with the little amount of experience that Wilder got, the ability that he's able to get close to beating somebody who got as much experience as Fury is kind of incredible. The mere fact that he's still able to compete at this level, being that he ain't really, come on now, when did he start fighting?
Fight. Like the thing about it is, yes, he got his ass whooped. Yes, granted, he did. But my thing is this: when I look at this fight, the first 2 rounds, Wilder won those. Of course, Fury won the 3rd round because he knocked Wilder down. However, Wilder comes into the 4th round, answers, and floors Fury twice, and damn near gets him out of there with that 2nd knockdown. 5th round, Fury comes back, takes over all the way up to the 10th round. And then in the 10th round, when you think Wilder's done, he damn near floors Fury again. So even though he got knocked out, it's not like this fight was way more competitive than the rematch was. Way more competitive.
Yeah, the second one,
Yeah, you could say both of them, you know, were saved by the bell there last night. You know, the end of the 3rd and then the end of the 4th. It was beautiful, man. But yeah, Black, I'm going to hop off of here. Appreciate you having me on, bud.
Thanks, Gordon, for coming on, bro.
I just, like I said, like, I've never been the hugest Wilder fan. I've given him credit and I've shit on him about his technical abilities, but I just think, I mean, look at it like this. Nobody is clamoring for AJ to retire. He got 2 losses to 2 different people. Wilder has lost twice to the same person. So if anything, AJ losses is worse because it's the 2 different people.
Yeah.
No. Let me say something here then, bro. Let me say something. You're saying that, but AJ's been fighting constant top 10, top 10, top 10, top 10. And if you keep fighting top 10, you're gonna get wet. You're gonna get wet, mate. You're gonna get wet. That's why AJ's and AJ hasn't got the score what those boys have. Fury and Wilder been picking their fighters, handpicking their fighters. Where Joshua hasn't. He's had to take the best on the best on the best.
Leighton, let's put it like this. I'm like I said, I don't keep trying to big myself up, but I'm so damn precise with these damn predictions to where the fights play out pretty much like I said. I called Usyk to beat AJ, and I said exactly how he was going to do it. I did this fight prediction, and it went damn near both ways that I did this prediction. It went damn near identical to both ways I did it, and I still was right. So here's the thing about it. I'm telling you right now, I do not believe Andrew Ruiz stands a chance in hell to ever beat Deontay Wilder. And I believe that Deontay Wilder is the only person that can beat Usyk at the heavyweight at the top. So what happens if Wilder gets in there and beats Ruiz and Usyk? Where does your argument go there?
This is where my argument goes, because what you're saying, I'll go along with what you're saying. But I'm saying the only one I think who can beat Fury is Joshua. So do you know what I mean? Styles make fights.
Let me say, hold on, Black. You know, it's weird, right? You know, AJ gets all this stick for losing to top 10 people. You know what I'm saying? Wilder is now trapped in hell because he tried to cherry pick a cokehead. Tyson Fury gets all this praise. He's the greatest of this era. This dude ducked his rematch with Vladimir Klitschko because he got caught with drugs and then tried to mask it about talking about he had mental issues. He comes back, fights some bums. Deontay Wilder tries to cherry pick him. So he fights the most technically deficient heavyweight in the game.
Oh, shit.
Beats the same guy 3 times and has 1 title defense. And Tyson Fury is king shit all of a sudden. You know, I really dislike how people try to hate on Femi, right? This dude is doing the work that you want him to do. And no matter how much he does, he wins or loses, people don't want to give him his credit.
No.
No, hold on. Let me finish, man. Hold on. You sat here, you gave all your soliloquy. I didn't forget you with your Ryan Garcia takes, man. I didn't forget you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Okay. So,
Anthony, hold on.
Go ahead.
Let me talk, man. Y'all come on here and y'all want to hate on Femi. That's cool. The man picked goddamn, the man fought Usyk, didn't duck none of his mandatories. Here's Tyson Fury already trying to duck Dillian White. But he's this greatest this and he's greatest that and all this nonsense and all this other rubbish. Deontay Wilder is somebody who, if you give him opportunities, he gonna make you pay. I've watched Deontay Wilder lose almost all of his fights up until he can land the right hand to some of the lesser opponents in his career. And I'm supposed to now sit here and say, yeah, Deontay Wilder will clean out Anthony Joshua because Tyson Fury was running in last night with no defense, was defensively irresponsible also, and Deontay Wilder got opportunities because Tyson Fury was reckless. But all of a sudden I'm supposed to say, oh yeah, he's you know what I'm saying, AJ will get cleaned out and whatever. You see, we're prisoners of the moment, and we don't want to look at body of work all of a sudden. Body of work all of a sudden. You said Vladimir Klitschko knocked down AJ after coming off a 2-year layoff. That's not true. He was coming off of a year and something with 2 training camps because y'all guy, the greatest of this era, ducked the fight twice. He was in 2 training camps fighting a 19-fight novice. Wasn't even 19 fights up. Whatever. 19-fight novice. We're going to have to start telling the story in completion. Let's not tell half the story how you want, Vladimir Klitschko was 40-something years old with a 2-year layoff, as if he was just at home chilling, eating pizza. You know what I'm saying? Tell the full story. I'm going to say it again. I got Oluwafemi cleaning out Deontay Wilder. I have Oluwafemi cleaning out Fat Fury. Don't tell me no nonsense about greats of this era. That dude beat one man 3 times. And he's the greatest of this era.
Preach strong.
Stop.
Okay, so let's say that. No. Not going to do is pretend like a training camp is actual a fight. What we're not going to do is act like when somebody goes to prepare for a fight, is it exactly the same as being in an actual fight, because it's not. The fact of the matter is, Klitschko had not had a professional fight for damn near 2 years. The fact of the matter is, Fury made Klitschko look like a sparring partner who was confused, didn't even know how to land a punch against him, and he damn near decapitated AJ. That's the fact. After a 2-year layoff of no professional fights, 2 years older at 42 years
Fury,
old on
no.
top.
What?
No. I'll let you talk. I was quite full time on the sideline. So no, I don't give a fuck what Tyson Fury did to mess it up. I don't care about that because I'm not. No. I let you talk the whole time. I'm not here big upping Tyson Fury. What I'm saying is, I do not believe there's any chance of hell that Deontay Wilder loses to Andrew Ruiz Jr. I do not, especially after seeing his last fight. I sure as hell don't think he stands any chance against Deontay Wilder. And on top of that, AJ, yes, he has done what we want a champion to do. Yes, he has. He has rose to the occasion, fought his mandatories. However, he just got his ass whooped badly, outclassed badly by a fucking cruiserweight who moved up. So let's not pretend like losing to Usyk is a better loss than losing to Tyson Fury, because it's not. So again, I will restate this. Anthony Joshua has 2 losses to 2 people that I believe right now Deontay Wilder can beat them both. Anthony Joshua, I don't think he can beat Tyson Fury, who is the only man to beat Deontay Wilder.
Well, I think Usyk and Joshua beats Fury and Wilder. There, those two that fought beats those two. Whether which way you put it, I think those two beats them two. So there, that's what I'm saying. I think Joshua beats Fury, and I think Usyk beats Wilder. So there, that's your opinion. That's my opinion. Whether one of us are right or whether one of us are wrong, it's an opinion. It's an opinion.
No. We're gonna see Tyson Fury fight Usyk or AJ. There's going to be no opinion involved.
Are we really going to see it, though? Are we really going to see it?
Let me tell you something. I can promise you, Tyson Fury has zero fear of Usyk. So I can, with 1,000% assurity, tell you that if Usyk beats AJ again, you definitely gonna see it. If AJ wins, I would say that there's an 85% chance that we see it.
Okay, fair enough. But what if Fury got to fight my man White first? And my man White is the worst person you want to put him in with. Trust me, that guy would beat up every heavyweight in the streets. On the street, he would beat up every heavyweight.
Will Fury defend his titles for a second time, or is this going to be the one and
but
that's it?
The problem, Leighton, I've already said a million times that I've got God knows how many real world money bets out there, including YouTube, that I believe Dillian White's going to knock Fury out. So that's a bad argument right there, because styles make fights, and I believe that Dillian White has the right style.
Thank you,
He's
bro.
the only heavyweight. He is the only heavyweight, in my opinion, that can beat Tyson Fury.
Dillian's a dog, bro. Dillian is a proper dog.
That's another dude who has minimal.
He's known in London. He's one of the hardest guys in London. He's known in the street because he's been in MMA. He's been kickboxing. You just don't want to fight with that dude, mate. That dude on the street, you do not want to fight him. But I don't know. Boxing technically, he's not the best technically, is he? But he's an animal, mate. He's an animal. I swear to God, he's an animal. And this is go back to my point earlier with you. Is when I say with Joshua and Fury, because they're both 2 Brits. Joshua will not fight Fury like he fought Usyk. He will not. He will fight him like a Brit, and it'll be 2 Brits. Let's go. We're going to war. We're having a fight, mate. That's the mentality that you'll have to do. You'll have to do, because when the 2 Brits fight, you've got to do it that way.
I'm telling you, Leighton, I honestly believe that Tyson Fury is, if he fights Anthony Joshua, if Anthony Joshua can win the rematch, I'm telling you, he is going to whoop AJ worse than he did Wilder. He is going to beat him so fucking bad that you're going to wonder how anybody ever thought this dude was great. That is how nice it's going to be.
Black.
Yes, sir.
You know, Tony said that if Wilder beats Ruiz and Usyk, well, what do we say about AJ and all that? Well, he just said he feels Dillian White knocks out Tyson Fury. Well, Anthony Joshua already beat Dillian White. So Dillian White knocks out Tyson Fury. What do we say about Tyson Fury losing to a guy where Anthony Joshua knocked out?
Oh, shit.
But what do we say? You see how circular arguments work?
Iron Kong came back with smoke, bro.
Iron Kong, you were very correct. You were very correct.
Iron Kong.
You see how circular arguments work?
Because you came back to restore order.
Here's the problem. I've been saying this for at least 3 years now. Here's the problem with what you're saying. So you are correct. Anthony Joshua did beat Dillian White. But here's what you're leaving out. Dillian White, before he turned pro in boxing, only had 8 amateur fights compared to AJ, who was a gold medalist in the Olympics, who had a deep amateur background. So when they fought in the pros,
kickboxing professional
hold on, I'm not.
Dillian White was a pro kickboxer.
I'm not done. So when they fought the first time, AJ had a significant experience advantage over him. If they fight today, I guarantee you, Dillian White sleeps.
Dillian White beat Anthony Joshua in the amateurs already.
AJ today.
Let me say something. When Dillian White fought Joshua in the amateurs, remember, and he knocked Joshua out, he got done. He got done because he already had like 10, 15 professional fights. And it was Joshua's second, third fight. Come in, that's saying you can't do that shit. That's why he had the better than him, because he was a professional.
He's had 8 boxing amateur fights before he went pro. 8 total. 8.
Boxing. No,
how many boxing fights and MMA fights?
How many of them? How many of them did he
have?
I
don't care about it. Let me ask you this. How many fights did Conor McGregor have before he got in there with Mayweather? It doesn't fucking matter because it's not.
Mayweather? Oh, man. Hey, hold on, man.
Come on, bro.
Mayweather. Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. TBE. Okay.
He's trying.
Look here, man.
No. His argument is kickboxing and MMA is irrelevant to boxing. His boxing experience was 8 amateur fights, period. It doesn't matter any other sport.
Okay. So I'm an amateur boxer. If I'm an amateur boxer, I go in the ring. If I'm an amateur boxer, I go in the ring with a guy who's had 50 kickboxing fights, and I'm an amateur, and I have my first fight with him. It don't matter. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying, what I'm saying is you could have 50 kickboxing fights, right? If you have 8 amateur boxing fights before you go pro, and it's your 16th pro fight, and I've had over 50 amateur boxing fights, and now I'm in my 17th pro fight fighting you, I'm at a huge advantage over you.
All I know is you just compared a barely amateur Anthony Joshua to TBE and a pro kickboxer in Dillian White to Conor McGregor. And that's all I know right now. Look at me. Hey, I gotta jump off, man. Thank you for having me, bro. Peace to everybody.
Shout out to the King Kong, man, for the return.
Boxing.
Man came back with a vengeance, restoring order. Go ahead, Tony, my bad.
Kong's a dog, bro. Kong is a dog.
I compare this guy to that guy, but it's still, the basis of it still remains true. If you fought in MMA, it has shit to do with boxing. Jake Paul is beating the shit out of MMA fighters right now with no boxing matches.
Brother, for what it's worth, I respect your opinion. I really do. And I know you talk sense. I'm not having a go at you. You do talk sense, but we're having an argument, but we're just discussing. But I do respect you, and you do talk sense, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying that, yeah?
Oh, yeah, Tony's respect the channel on this motherfucker. Real shit.
Again.
Shout out. Iron Kong was out of commission for a while, so I was just surprised to see him. I was just hyping it up a little bit.
No, it's good. I like Iron. Iron's cool with me, and I support his channel all day, every day. But I'm saying this right now. I'm telling you, Anthony Joshua will not touch Tyson Fury. He will not touch him. He will get so gun shy, like he's been showing more and more from fight after fight, that he's just
that fight might never happen, man. That fight might not never happen.
I agree, right? I agree with you, right? Because he let us all down. He shit the bed against Usyk. He let us all down. I was there in that stadium. He let us all down. Now I was talking to the fans, and the consensus of most of the fans there was like, "What the fuck?" He didn't even chuck a combination. It was one punch. He was gun shy to shot, and he's disappointed me, bro. He have, and I'm a fan of him. He's disappointed me. But if he goes back to what we know he can do, he's a different animal. He's got to go back to what we know he can do. And he's not doing that. I don't know. I think what his team has put into his head, that he's a spectacular boxer. And you're not. Stop that. Just stop it. You're not a spectacular boxer. You're a fighter. And your main attributes are your power and your speed. So do it. Power, speed, combinations. Just go brawl him. I'll punch him. You know what I mean?
His power. And you can ask Black. I said this several times before I said it after the Ruiz 2 fight. I've said it after the Poulin fight, and I said it going into the Usyk fight, and it showed true. His power does not exist anymore. Why? Because he is a guy who relies on weight. They stripped him of his weight. They stripped him of the weightlifting, quote unquote, and now he doesn't have the same type of punching power. It's gone.
Okay.
It's
so
gone.
what happened when he knocked out Pulev? That's got to be part. Pulev's a
Yes.
big boy. You've seen him spark him out.
The Pulev fight proved how much power AJ lost. He hit Pulev with 7 uppercuts in a row and didn't even drop the old man. Pulev kept coming forward. It took accumulation of shots for AJ to stop Pulev when we're used to seeing AJ land shots and drop people.
No, but you got to think. Pulev is like Wilder. Wilder's anointed by God. Pulev, his old man told me he was going to be heavyweight champion of the world. I'm joking, bro. You're right. You are right.
Hey, what's up, Red?
Hey, what up, Black?
What's going on?
What's happening, bro?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. Just recapping these fights.
Kong had me laughing with that soliloquy shit.
Shout out to Kong, man.
Yeah, I do got to point out one thing though, to Tony about he lost that AJ lost to 2 different guys. He did lose to 2 different guys, but the one thing he left out is that he avenged one of those. So Wilder never avenged the loss. He just took another one on top of. He took an ass whooping on top of another one. So
I'm glad he brought that up. That's a good ass point because AJ did avenge his loss, and he could possibly avenge his second loss. We don't know yet.
I'm gonna be honest though, I don't see it.
I mean, I think he's gonna lose too, but it ain't happening.
I can't see it. I'm an AJ fan. I'm a big AJ fan, and I can't see him beating him. I just can't, bro. And it's the truth.
Wow,
this guy.
A lot of people
so
saying
good.
that.
I watched him.
Even Iron Cone said that.
I watched the guy live. He's so good, bro. He's so good. It's like, listen, I box for years. I know the guy can pivot and punch. Pivot and punch going forward. You know how hard that is being boxer. It's mate. You can go off your front foot and drive forward, but to pivot and punch and still get the power, the guy is spectacular. I'm telling you. He's had like over 400 amateur fights. The guy is something special. Something special. People don't. He's never been dropped. Never ever been dropped, and never lost the fight. Come on, bro. As a professional, but he's never been dropped.
I want to say
flawless victory.
Like, let me respond to this. Tony forgot when Pulev turned his back and ran from AJ. That's not what I'm saying, and that's the reason why so many people, including probably you, before the Usyk AJ fight, y'all pick Usyk to lose, and I picked him to win. See, what you don't understand is you're looking at the end result, the knockout. What I look at is, how did we get to the knockout? And then I look at the resume of the past fighters. I look at how many hard shots did AJ have to land on Pulev to finish him. If you look at that, he had to land way more hard shots than he's ever landed on anybody before. When he fought Ruiz in the second fight, he hit a dude who was a punching bag in the middle of the ring that couldn't move and couldn't even knock the sweat off his head. I saw the reduction in power. Now, we have a reduction in power, plus he lost weight. He came down at, 240? So he came in at 240 wearing a whole bunch of clothes, so he's probably 237 actual weight. Then he's fighting a guy with a granite chin on top of it. So power reduction, size reduction, a guy with a granite chin that I know can outbox you stand no chance. And he stood no chance, and I knew it.
Bang on, bro. Bang on.
AJ can avenge his loss, but he has to make his right adjustments. Fuck McCracken. His trainer's trash, says Catacor. And Yuli says AJ needs Malik Scott to train him. Wow.
Malik Scott. Fans only.
Replace McCracken with Malik. Ain't that some shit?
So Malik can do an interview in his boxer shorts and a robe, smoking a cigar. Come on, bro. Do you know what I mean? He had his fucking balls out, sat in a purple robe, like talking Wilder. Bro, Malik Scott is like, listen, I don't know the guy. But he took a dive, and we all know he took a dive against Wilder. He took a dive, and now he's training him. Come on, bro. He's just a yes man. And if you look at it, what's the trainer get? 10%? 10% of the purse? Malik Scott's making nice money. So Malik Scott's going to say whatever he's got to say because he's making nice money just by being with Wilder, making more money than he ever did fighting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So Leighton, I don't agree with you because, like I said, when I saw the first 2 rounds, Wilder was boxing the best boxing we've seen him box. He was fighting behind.
I agree, but that took so much of his cardio because Wilder won the first round clear. Won the first round clear, but he could not keep up that pace. You could not. He couldn't do it. Otherwise, he would have carried on doing it. It was too much, taking too much out of him.
But here's what you gotta understand. Like the saying says, Rome wasn't built overnight, and what Malik Scott has to do is correct a whole bunch of bad habits. He's got to reteach this dude. And the problem is, like I said earlier, when your back is pushed against the wall, you always revert back to what you know best. So you have to get all of that out of his head. He only had one fight to do it. That was this fight. If you give him this dude for another 2 or 3 fights, I guarantee you, looking at the improvements that I saw, it's not going to be the same Wilder if he chooses to continue, because he may retire.
Bro, I agree with everything you're saying. But if you were dealing with a 22-year-old or 23-year-old, I'd say, yeah, you're dealing with a 36-year-old. And that's the difference.
I want to point something out, too, though. Like, we seen Fury and I'm not saying that these guys are like this is the bar that we set is just, this is the competition that we're talking about. Both AJ and Fury, they took to their trainers training, their new trainer, because remember, AJ he had a trainer added to his camp for the second Ruiz fight. Both these guys adjusted with the new trainers very quickly. Wilder, he may have shown some improvement early in the fight, but everybody's seen it. He wasn't listening to what Malik Scott was telling him. So yeah, he might do better in the beginning of the fight, but if he always goes back to the old Wilder, it's just a matter of getting past the first couple rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and all those videos we've seen Wilder bunching. He's doing double right hook to the body, double right hook. Did you see one double right hook to the body? No. So what was all these videos about?
The double right hook videos.
That's just because heavy bags don't hit back.
No, Red. Think about this, okay? Let's say you're running track, something simple for anybody to listen to and understand, right? Let's say that you can only run 1 mile. That's it, right? And the reason why you can only run 1 mile is because you land with your tippy toes, like you're running a sprint. However, you're supposed to land with the back of your heel, okay? Because you're distance running. So let's say that I teach you to run hitting the back of your heel first. You may do that for that first mile, but after you complete that first mile and you start getting tired, your body is naturally going to land toe first. Now, whenever you get to where you don't get tired running, say 1.5 miles, you'll be on your heel for that first 1.5 miles. You'll be able to do it for 2 miles. Then you'll be able to do it 3 miles. So my point is this. The longer that you do something is the more it becomes muscle memory. So it takes time to build it. You can't expect him in one fight to change everything and not revert. So this time in this fight, it may have taken him 3 rounds before he started winging, right? The next time he goes out, it may take him 6 rounds before he starts winging, then 9 rounds. Then guess what? He doesn't wing anymore.
No, but what I'm saying, I say the same as you. I boxed right all my life, and when I hit these combinations that my trainer was teaching me on the bag, these combinations, I've got to use these combinations in a fight, and I will chuck these combinations in a fight. Otherwise, my trainer will say to me, "What are you doing?" Do you know what I mean? Those combinations I've been watching in all Wilder's training videos, none of them. He never chucked none of them. Come on, bro. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. He went straight back. As soon as he got tired, round 1, he come out and he was on the plan. After round 1, he was too tired. And it went back to old Wilder, chucking for the big old hand top.
Now, you kind of just said my point. As soon as he got tired, he went back to what he knew best. You kind of just said what I said. But what I'm saying is...
Yeah, but it was after 1 round. 1 round.
Listen,
Wilder won the first round. In my eyes...
Listen to what I'm saying. Like, as you build somebody to break their habits, it takes a while to break those habits. But the more that you build them, the longer it will take them, or the longer they can go falling back into the same habits. They'll always do it, but you can mitigate them doing it as often. You can mitigate how long it takes them to fall back to the same path. That's what takes time. That's what takes more than one fight. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you are right there. You are right. They do take more than one fight. But what I'm saying is I don't think Wilder got time on his side. If I had the choice and I had a nice young up and 20-year-old boxer and I could train and work with him, then I could do my business. But if someone give me a 36-year-old boxer who's stuck in his ways, who thinks he's knocked out 40-odd people, when you look at the whole resume of the people he's knocked out, there's no one. They're not even top 10 fighters. You know what I mean? They're half of them are cruiserweights. Half of them are cruiserweights. So it's like, come on, bro. Come on. He's overhyped. He's overhyped. And the same as Fury. It's like when you start putting these boys in with different people, they've held up the division for 3 years by fighting each other. So they have to fight each other. So we can't see him against the Joseph Parkers. We can't see him against the Chisoras. We can't see him against the Helleniuses. We can't see him against anyone, the Frank Sanchez's or the Big Baby Millers. We can't see it. We can't see it because they held up the division. And it's about time they start fighting each other. And then we will see what these people are made of. But it won't happen, bro.
So,
but at the same time, Joshua has been fighting all these different styles and different people wanting to take his head off, want to take his titles. Because when you got those titles, you know they're coming for you. You know you got that target on your back, and they want your target. Joshua's had that target on his back. The cash cow, everything. Everyone hated Joshua, but they're coming for him, and they know they beat him. They have their fight of their life because if they beat him, they got their biggest next payday. They knows it. He gives them a rematch clause every time. But these two, they've held up the division for 3 years by not fighting these people. Dillian White, how long's Dillian White been sitting back on the WBC? Come on, bro. Come on.
Hold up. He did get sat back from Povetkin too, so let's throw that in there. So you know
he had the fight in the bag.
But Povetkin's an Olympic champion.
Wait,
but he been sitting back for a while, but then he got sat back in that fight too. But he got Hey, guess what? Let me say this real quick though, man, because y'all was talking about how AJ avenged the loss. I thought about that, and then how Wilder didn't avenge his loss. But see, look, Dillian White avenged his loss too. I've been seeing them UK heavyweights, they avenging their losses, man. So, but you know, we got to see if AJ can do it twice. But go ahead before I get off track.
No, so the thing is, Leighton, with what you said at first was we don't see them fighting this guy, that guy. You threw Chisora's name in there, although Fury has beat Chisora twice. He beat him, rematched him, and stopped him the second time, to where Chisora didn't want to get out his corner. So again, and he stopped the reign of Klitschko, who was the most dominant heavyweight that's been since who knows when. The most dominant, a guy who cleared out.
But he didn't give Klitschko his rematch. He didn't give Klitschko his rematch. And that's what pisses on his legacy. I know.
All right, let him finish though.
He didn't give him his rematch.
No. But Leighton,
go ahead. Let him finish.
It's irrelevant. At the end of the day, listen, Leighton. At the end of the day, if me and you are supposed to fight, right, and we have a rematch clause, and I beat you the fuck up, I still beat you the fuck up whether I rematch you or not. It's irrelevant. I still beat you the fuck up.
Shout out to Red Glove.
Now, I do agree. Maybe he should have honored the rematch. Maybe he shouldn't have done cocaine. Maybe he shouldn't have had gained 800 pounds. But he did. But the fact of the matter is, he not only beat Klitschko the fuck up, but he did it easy. It wasn't even like it was competitive.
At the same time, he failed a drug test on Hellenius, which was the fight before Klitschko. So he was dosed up when he failed that. And Klitschko didn't even know about it. And then he fought Klitschko, so you don't even know, I don't even know, that he wasn't still on the steroids end. So, do you know what I mean? To me, there's asterisks around that, big time. Because he failed a drug test against Hellenius, the fight before Klitschko, which won him the Klitschko fight.
Steroids can make you stronger. It can make you take more damage. It can make you take more damage. However,
bro, it's not about that.
No. Let me finish. Fury did not beat Klitschko because of steroids. He beat him because he outclassed him. That was pure skill. Regardless if he was clean or not clean, I don't know if he was clean or not clean for that fight, but what I'm telling you is it wouldn't have mattered if the dude injected shit into his veins. He still outclassed him, which was technical ability and skill. Klitschko was lost. He was in the deep water and didn't know how to swim.
Bro, there was 8 punches thrown around. 8 punches landed around.
Because
8 punches around.
Had no idea.
Come on, bro. Bro, but then if he's on steroids.
Let me say this, Leighton. At least Deontay Wilder floored this motherfucker 4 times, where Klitschko couldn't even throw more than 5 punches around.
Yeah, I agree there. But it was a shit fight. And at the same time, all I'm saying is I'm putting asterisks on it. I'm not saying he was, I'm not saying he wasn't. But there is always going to be that asterisk. Was he on steroids at that time? Do you know what I mean? You'll never know. Klitschko never done no drug testing, nothing. And then Klitschko, when he found out afterwards, Klitschko realised he should have done drug testing. That's why Klitschko wanted his rematch so bad, but he never got it. And there's asterisks. You know what I mean? You got to think, this guy's been around boxing for 13 years, and his first world title defence was last night. Come on, bro.
He also had a 3-year break from the sport.
It wasn't a 3-year break. It wasn't a 3-year break. It was a two-year ban.
Not only did he have a 3-year break from the sport, but he's done something that no other current boxer today has done. He won every single title.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not going to argue with that. I can't.
You got to think about it. Every single.
I want to see that dude hold them all simultaneously.
Listen to this, Leighton. Listen to this real fast. Every single belt that AJ had was because Tyson Fury vacated them all. Well, one was stripped from him for some BS he said in the news, and they didn't like it.
Stripped. No. They were all stripped. They were all stripped.
No. He got one stripped, and then he went away from the sport, and the other two got vacated.
No. If you know the politics, he had a drug ban come in. He had a drug ban.
Hold on. So Tony, you say he got stripped. Why?
But I think it was the IBF stripped him after he beat Klitschko. He said some wild shit about.
You saying he said something and got stripped? It was because of something he said, or was it too much delay? Go ahead.
Tony, I know the facts.
Leighton.
Let me talk. He said something about the rainbow community, and I believe it was the IBF didn't like it, and they stripped him of his title way before he got caught on cocaine. Before he did anything. Yes, he did.
No, listen, I know he said them comments. But that's not why they stripped him. Listen, I'll try and tell you why. What happened. Vladimir had these belts, yeah? And Vladimir had this match with him, but Vladimir had commitments to fight someone for the IBF. And Vladimir couldn't do the IBF commitments because he had to fight Fury on the rematch. But the IBF don't mess about. And they said, nah, we ain't waiting for that. We want him stripped because then the commitments were you were supposed to fight this guy. No, it was nothing to do with those comments. The IBF wasn't waiting because you know the IBF don't wait for no one. And the IBF stripped him. It was nothing to do with those rainbow comments. I know it was gonna. But that's why they stripped him.
They literally put out a statement saying they were stripping him because of the comments that he made that he did not. No. They said that he did not represent an ambassador for their sanctioning body. That's when he got stripped.
It was Vladimir, right? Had to have permission to fight Fury, but he was supposed to win Fury, yeah? If you'd have won Fury, Vladimir's next fight was going to be the IBF contender. But when Vladimir lost, yeah, and he had to rematch the clause for Fury, so Fury couldn't fight anyone else. He had to fight Vladimir. The IBF were not waiting. That's the only reason he got stripped. And I'm telling you, that's facts.
I'm telling you what the IBF put out at that time, that they did not like the comments that he made.
Shout out to Ronald Finkley. What's up,
bro?
man?
We got relevant. I agree. That's not an argument. We're not arguing over that. I'm just saying.
Here's the point. Tyson Fury has won all the titles.
See this comment right here, Tony? DeMarcus Cousins' third cousin said Fury was stripped of his IBF title 10 days after the Klitschko bout as he was unable to grant a fight with the IBF's mandatory challenger Vyacheslav Vlaskov due to a rematch clause in his contract.
That's what I said, Black. That's what I said, Black.
Also,
so under a confirmation for Leighton.
Google comments that they made about comments that he made, and then he got stripped right after that. So you could dice it up, chop it however you want to.
The comments were nothing to do with it. That's what I'm trying to say to you, bro. They had nothing to do with it. This decision was already made because Vlad was supposed to beat Fury and then fight his mandatory. Where Vlad didn't beat Fury, same shit the thing the WBO were doing to Joshua. Do you know what I mean? When he lost with Ruiz, they were saying they were taking off him.
All you have to do is look up when he made those comments, when the IBF responded to those comments, and then when he mysteriously got stripped because he could not fight a mandatory. It's plain as day. It's as simple as to see that they did not like the comments.
Black just told you. Someone else said it. Someone else said it's facts. We know what's going on.
That's what it is. It's facts. The fact of the matter still remains. The fact of the matter still remains. He is the only current fighter to win all 4 titles, period.
All right, well, my favorite fighter, where I grew up, I'm from Wales, right? My favorite fighter, Joe Calzaghe. I know him, he lives up the road from me, right? Joe Calzaghe won every title, but he was never undisputed. and he'll never go down as undisputed. But he won every single title, but he's not undisputed. And there's a difference. To be undisputed is so hard because of the politics and because of the hardness to do it. It don't happen, but it don't make a difference. You're not undisputed, and to be undisputed, which means no one can say that you ain't the best, and that's how you become the best because you're undisputed. Then it means no one can argue with you. But Fury's never been undisputed. And he's been wrong for 13 years, bro.
Right. But 3 of those years he was inactive.
Because he took drugs and he had a drug ban. That's not his fault. It's like same as Dillian White. Dillian White had 2 years off. He had a 2-year ban. Dillian White.
Y'all see this right here?
When you have a ban, you have a ban.
So it says the pending investigation on October the 12th, 2016, he vacated the WBA, WBO, and IBO belts.
Yeah, he lost the IBF before that.
So we all on the same. You're on the same page with him with that. Okay. That he got stripped of that, and then these were vacated, and then it says that he was
because he had a failed drug test.
Yeah.
Because they wasn't saying, because what it is over here in Britain, right? It's like the British Board of Boxing. When you have a failed drug test, your medical results. And over here, your medical results means they're private. No one else can know your medical results. It's different to you lot. You can't just produce it. If you produce it over here, you get sued and shit. You're not allowed to deal with your medical results. But where Tyson Fury failed the drug thing, the board couldn't say he failed the drug test.
What's up, Zone?
Tyson had the right to say, listen, we'll argue it.
And
I speak facts.
And still, at the end of the day, he is the only fighter to win all 4 major titles, period.
What do you mean? The only heavyweight?
But not held them all simultaneously, but okay.
Well, that's not the same. Like I said, Kawasaki done the same thing.
He has not held them all simultaneously.
Kawasaki held every single title, not at the same time, same as Fury.
We're talking about heavyweights, not middleweights.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, bro. Like, it don't make a difference. If you don't hold all those titles, it's not undisputed. You can hold one each week, one each week.
I did not say he was undisputed. Did I ever say that?
No, you never. You never. No, you never.
You see Fury next? Hope so.
What I said was Tyson Fury is the only heavyweight to win all 4 of the major titles.
I agree. 100%. 100%. I agree with you. 100%. I agree with you. And you are bang on that.
Homie Ronald Finkley.
To me, again, this is the thing about it. Tyson Fury, his fault. Other good fighters. And nobody has made him look as vulnerable as Deontay Wilder did. So I'm not going to...
Otto Wallin never. You saying Otto Wallin never made him look big?
I am not going to shit on Deontay Wilder for having a good performance, even though he got knocked out.
No. So what are you saying to me? You're saying that Deontay Wilder took him further than Otto Wallin? Because in my eyes, Otto Wallin, that fight should have been called off. That fight, that cut, anywhere else around the world, it was definitely in England, that fight would have been called off.
So that I hate that argument right there, because your contingency is the only way Otto Wallin could have won was because of a cut. So he should.
Yeah, listen. I don't agree, brother. You are right there. I don't agree, but
it's like I'll give you a prime example of a cut. I'll give you a prime example. When Klitschko was fighting Lennox Lewis, he was beating the living shit out of him, and he got stopped because of a cut that wasn't even impeding his vision. That was bullshit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Lewis would have got knocked out. So I do not agree that Otto Wallin should have beat Tyson Fury because of a cut.
No, I agree.
I don't.
But I'm saying the rules of the game is like you look at Klitschko's cut compared to Fury's cut. Come on, bro. Fury's cut was 10 times worse.
But here's the thing about it. In boxing, the only time a fight is supposed to be stopped because of a cut is when the bleeding impedes your vision, meaning that you cannot see out of that eye. Clearly,
100%.
Out of his eye. Clearly, so could Tyson Fury when he was fighting Otto Wallin. He could see as plain as day. What I do not like is when fighters get cuts that are dominating other fighters, then they get a doctor stoppage on them because of a cut that isn't even affecting them because they're beating the shit out the other guy. I don't believe any fight should be stopped because of a cut if the guy's ahead that's cut.
Bro, But they're the rules of the game. I don't choose them. You don't choose them. It's like yesterday when Ajagba, right? Ajagba got punched in the face when he was on the floor. If I was him, I wouldn't have got back up, and you would have won by disqualification. Do you know what I mean? They're the rules of the game. They're not nice, but they're the rules of the game, bro.
You're wrong, Leighton, because they came out and said the commission, even though we know it's a lie, the commission came back out and said, "Oh, Ajagba's knee wasn't on the mat, so it was a legal punch."
His knee was clearly on the floor, bro.
I know that. What I'm telling you is the commission that was there said that his knee never touched the canvas.
Shut up. They were going to stitch him up like that, were they? I didn't know that. Fuck yeah, now. His knee was clearly on the floor. But that's what I'm saying to you. They're the rules. That's the rules, and you got to play the rules. I don't like them. You don't like them. Yeah. You're going to play them.
But by the rules of boxing, they didn't stop the fight, so Otto lost the fight. So what are we talking about?
All I'm saying is that it's the rules, and there's ways around them, and that's what boxers play the rules. They're rules, so you play the rules. It's like in life. You're not allowed to go and kill someone. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. They're the rules, so you play by the rules. Do you know what I mean? And that same as in the sport. You go borderline, you can get to the edge of it.
That guy, real quick in the chat, he said, "Damn, Ward and Bradley had a side bet by the look of them reactions to the KO." Yeah, Ward face, he didn't look happy. They showed a slow motion too. As soon as Wilder got knocked out with that right hand over the temple, man, Ward's like his aura just dropped. I was like, damn. I don't know. He must was just hoping that Wilder pulled it out because he didn't look happy at all. Everybody else was jumping up out their seat. I think Lennox Lewis almost jumped on the table or some shit. He was probably happy. I don't know. I'm cracking jokes, but everybody else seemed
Lennox Lewis don't even know who he supports. Lennox
Lewis confused, man. He don't know if he will support.
He don't know who he supports.
Or Berg. He just confused.
He don't support no one. It's like whoever wins, he's with them, mate. You know what I mean? Before he was all Wilder, then when Fury's come on, it's like, yeah, I'm Fury. He knows whoever.
Marcus dropping knowledge, facts up in here. 1-2 Kid on the road, just listening. Shout out to 1-2 Kid and the whole Truth Hurst crew. Referee was awesome, says Ronald Finkley. A lot of people didn't like the headlocks and the leaning on Wilder and stuff. What did y'all feel about that overall? I know my lady was saying that, why is all the leaning being allowed and stuff like that? So what y'all feel about that? You think the ref should have possibly been warning Fury about constantly leaning his weight on him, or just is that on Wilder?
No, the ref should have took a point. The ref should have took
you think the ref should have took a point?
Couldn't have done it. Do you know what I mean? Ref should have took a point. It's dirty boxing. Everyone knows it. It's dirty boxing, isn't it?
Yeah, we knew what he was doing. We could tell.
It's dirty boxing.
Yeah, he was sure leaning his weight. And that's why Wilder probably bulked up for that.
Yeah, the ref warns and warns and warns, but he never done nothing. So it took a point.
Ref had a slow count, says Yuli X Games. On which knockdown? He said a slow count.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the counts was okay.
Everyone was up before 10 every time, except for the last one. Do you know what I mean? Everyone was up before 10.
Yeah. Ronald say fight of the year.
Nah.
For like heavyweights, or I don't think that's the fight of the year, like overall.
Nah.
But
bro, it was 82% clinching. Do you know what I mean?
There
was a bit of action now and then, but
it was a lot of it was sloppy. It got sloppy towards the middle of the late rounds. It was a lot of sloppy. It wasn't a lot of technique. It was just a fight. It was just swinging, windmills, and just a lot of temple shots. There's just all kind of shit going on.
I'm watching the fight now, and I'm on round 8. I'm on round 8, and I'm telling you, it's a hell of a lot of clinching. Way too much clinching. Joshua and Usyk didn't have clinching like this. That's what I'm saying. That's why you get tired of when you're hitting each other. When you're clinching like that, you're trying to breathe.
Shout out to Tony for dropping the source of Fury getting stripped. Here it is. IBF stripped Tyson Fury of his heavyweight championship on Tuesday for his refusal to face mandatory challenger Glaskov per ESPN. Dan Raphael.
That's what my guy saying. He said it over rainbow people. They don't strip you over what your comments said about rainbow people. It was already done. It was done, dusted. He was stripped. Do you know what I mean? It was agreed. Vladimir had to fight this guy. Vladimir couldn't fight this guy because he had to have a rematch with him. That's why they stripped it. Because the IBF don't play around. They don't play around.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you have it. Shout out to Tony Reviews, dropping the sources. Says, look at this link. Fury stripped of IBF because of comments. Because of comments? It didn't say that. Let me see. Did it say the comments? Let me pull it back up.
It wasn't nothing to do with his comments, bro. It wasn't nothing to do with his comments.
I must miss that part. Let me pull that back up to make sure that I didn't miss that part. Explain the situation.
Because it's the only reason he got stripped. It was like, oh yeah, it was a big thing called BBC Sports Personality, and Fury was because he won the Vladimir Klitschko, won all the titles. He was ready to win that title, and he was in there. But then his comments come out of what he said about all the gays and that, and the BBC said, nah, they took him straight off it. And Fury was wounded because it's a big thing over here. It's a big prestigious thing. Like, it means you're the main man, like, innit? They took him off it over his comments, but no belts were stripped from him over it. They took him off it, and his stock did go down. From it, but it wasn't no belt taken off him from it. It was a BBC Sports Personality loss.
This is what he's talking about right here. This is what Tony's talking about. He says, quote, it says it came from the reaction in the Fury camp regarding IBS ultimatum, per Nick Parkinson of ESPN.com. It says, quote, they shouldn't be doing that. And as far as I'm concerned, if they want to hustle and bully Tyson into fighting Glasscoff, Tyson will end up putting the belt in the bin at a major press conference. If they force Tyson to fight Glasscoff, it will not happen. Glasscoff means nothing. He has zero value. So, I mean, yeah, that's just refusing to fight him. So IBF is just like, okay, you just told us.
No, he could. No, but he couldn't fight him back. He couldn't fight him because
of the situation
he was contracted to fight Klitschko. Yeah, he had to fight Klitschko, so he couldn't fight him. So that's why they said, all right, so that. Well,
I mean, but with it being a mandatory, right? What the fuck? They couldn't have just delayed it.
He was, No, he was Vlad. The IBF don't wait for no one, bro. He was Vlad.
Right. So it's like, so Vlad. The thing about it, he could have just fought his mandatory and then fought what's the name after that, right?
Yeah,
but he chose not to.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's on Fury, Tony. First. You can say it's about the comments. He just refused to fight his mandatory. He felt he's above his mandatory. To this day, he has not fought a mandatory, has he? He never fought a mandatory contender.
No, this ain't a mandatory. This ain't a mandatory fight. No, he hasn't. Never fought a mandatory contender.
Never.
It's his first title defense. He had his first title defense yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not a mandatory. His first.
It just shows you how Tyson feels about fighting mandatories, even back then, right? Showed us back then. He said he means nothing. He has zero value. So fighting a mandatory is beneath him. You know what I mean? So when AJ fights his mandatories like Pulev or, you know what I'm saying, like Usyk, when they're not really known by nobody like that, is he fighting beneath himself, or is he just being on some big champ shit, handling this obligation? Like
you're fighting whoever's in the order, the highest order.
Exactly.
That's what the mandatories are. The number ones, that's who you're fighting. So you're not picking number 10, number 9, what Wilder and Fury have been doing, picking 9, 10, 15s or whatever. You've got to fight one. And AJ's been consistent, fighting 1, 1, 1, 1, because he's defending each belt. 1, 1, 1, 1. Do you know what I mean? And you're going to come up a cropper in the end. You're going to come up. They're going to catch you. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference. When you're fighting like Zephyr Safida, Otto Wallin, and Tom Schwartz, you're not going to cut. You know what I mean? You're easy. And when you're going to fight Dominic Brazil, what's his name? Ortiz, flipping Jermaine Stavern twice. You know what I mean? You're not going to come up a cropper against them. Fight the real people, bro. Fight the number ones in each division, and then you'll see what'll happen.
Yeah, that's why I respect AJ and say he was fighting the number ones, you know, in each governing body that was coming up for his belts. And that's tough to do. That's really tough to do.
It's like you got to think. And when they have only the one belt, like the one belt, the WBC, they don't have to fight them. But I'll give it to the WBC now. That ranking is like that top 10 is tough. That top 10 is tough. But go back a couple of years ago.
But they
That
got to just be
WBC top
consistent
10 was
with
shocking.
ordering the number ones
Yeah.
to fight the
Yeah.
champions, like they did Dylan White. That was
That's
foul.
it.
So they just got to be consistent.
That's it completely.
But you're right. The
Like, you look
rankings
at
be
it-
better stacked than any other, as far as competition.
Yeah, WBC right now got it right. That ranking, that top 10 is stacked. If you're going to defend that belt 5 times, if Fury's going to defend that five times, mandatories, not a thing, just mandatories, he's in trouble. I'm telling you, he's in trouble.
Yeah. Shannon Briggs was a good fight overall, but it wasn't even Bert Cooper versus Vanna Holyfield as far as overall excitement to me. Yeah, a lot of people say it was an exciting fight, and it goes up there, ranks with a lot of the other trilogies and stuff, but it was an entertaining fight. I actually thought that the undercard was going to be more fire than the main event. Like, I felt like the undercard, one of the undercard fights was like still the show. Now, to be fair, I did miss the Berlanga fight in the J-Rock, so I didn't watch that, but I mean, I was more impressed with the fight with Fury and Wilder than I thought I was going to be. You know what I mean? Like, I was, I seen the, Wilder look better in moments, but it was still the result of the major, many people anyway. They felt like it was going to be Fury pulling it out.
The main thing, I'll tell you the truth, the main thing for this Wilder Fury was I knew someone's fans were going to be ruined. Whether it is, I've had it. I'm Joshua fan. I've had the stuff I took it on the head. But like, I knew it was either goodbye Fury fans or goodbye Wilder fans. One of them had to say goodbye. You know what I mean? And even now, Wilder's goodbye, but their fans are still trying to call him a warrior because he stayed in there. No, like what Wilder says, he's pillow fisted. But he's pillow fisted. He's knocked you out twice. You know what I mean? What's going on, like? You know what I mean?
Hey, somebody must have invited the International Man fan to the party.
I mean, oh my God. I mean, you know what? I mean, I think it was goodbye to the worldwide International Man fans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, damn. The Wilder fan base is now straight dumpster truck juice. I mean, are they making videos? Are they talking they trash now? No, I don't think so. Them, other channels, Dante Cheeseburger Nation and all them, the other side of the street dudes, where they at? Silent mode. You know what I'm saying? Straight up sleep mode right now. You know what I'm saying? Like your computer and your PS4 is on sleep mode. That's what they on right now. They charging their batteries. They thinking about ways to come up with excuses. You know what I'm saying? They calculated their ways, to just come up with stupid dumpster truck excuses, and we're not going for it.
Not going for it. That's dumpster truck juice. Yuli X Game said, "Where's the weed community?" Yeah, it's a trip. But
yeah, where's the weed community? You know what I'm saying? Where's the weed community at? Ain't no weed no more, right?
Hey, International Man fan.
All by himself all of a sudden.
International Man fan. She's been said something about a strange water bottle in Wilder's corner, and then Yuli X Game says the one Malik mixed.
Hold up. Are you serious now? They coming up now with excuses. I knew it. Black. You know what? They looking crazy out here with all these damn. They trying to calculate excuses. It's gonna take them a couple weeks for them to calculate excuses up. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, man.
We already know this.
That's crazy. You was talking about the different, the army, the Wilder army. I didn't think about that, man. I was just recapping the fights, but now that I think about that shit, damn, it might get a little quiet on YouTube for a little bit. Damn. Shit. For us, it's just another fight, Fighters come and go. But damn, when you think about it, he did have a lot of pull on his YouTube. Yuli X said, yeah, airplane mode. All right, man. Shout out to the International Man fan coming through. It's always good when he visits. But airplane mode is what it is, man. It's a brutal sport, but man, I hope he okay. Be honest with you, I'm glad he made it back. He did go out on a shield. That's all he wanted. Nobody lost their job, hopefully, in his camp. Nobody threw the towel in, so that wasn't an issue. I think they definitely got a really good close look on the gloves this time and the hand wraps and all of that. Because they actually put the camera back there. It was like JD's is in the back watching the hands being wrapped right now.
Black. You see the video where Wilder didn't even know what horse said. He thought they were illegal. So he wore the same gloves as him. Mate, they haven't
Something about the gloves.
It
was a little controversial.
Yeah. His fans have gone away. His fans are like crickets now. Nothing at all. All they can come up with is you're a warrior. You got heart.
So I guess that would be my last question. Is there any complaints? Is any excuses? Any conspiracies? Anything that go-to that they can
I haven't
use
heard
at this
nothing
point?
yet, bro. I haven't heard nothing yet. But it's only Sunday, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's only Sunday.
You see, I heard that yet, but it's still early.
Yeah. So saying Wednesday, they got time to think of it. It's all set up by Wednesday.
Creativity set in, huh?
New week. It's a new week. Watch, you have conspiracies. You don't even know where did that come from. But I guarantee Wednesday, completely different fans. They'll change. No, they're trying to be humility. All I mean is even 78 Sports come on and said congratulations to Fury. He went to the better man, but Wilder's still my hero. Wilder's still, do you know what I mean? I can understand. All right, fair enough. Support your man. But like, you're king. He ain't a king, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's the truth. He ain't a king. He never had no boxing skills. His fundamentals were thing.
Look at this question right here.
Go on,
look at this question right here, Leighton. He said, X Game said, what do you think of him not respecting Fury after the fight? What do you think about that, man? Like, I heard Fury say that he tried to go over there and like just have good sportsmanship with him, and Wilder didn't want to talk to him or something, or not acknowledge him. So what you feel about that, man?
Bro, that's just no class. When you've gone had a fight with someone, right? Once it's over, it's over. You shake hands, you do it. You got it like, listen, I've been there, we've just entertained, we've both earned millions with the whole fans thing. It's over, it's done. Let's shake hands. But when he's still going on, like, that's just a child, mate. That's just a child. You're a sportsman at the end of the day. You're a sportsman. Do you know what I mean? You got to shake hands. It's done. There's always going to be a winner. There's always going to be a loser. Do you know what I mean? You can't win all the time. It's like a spoiled kid. You can't win all the time, bro. You've got to teach your kid you're going to lose sometime. Do you know what I mean? Humility. That's just showing he's brought up wrong, mate. Just spoiled. Yes, man, all around him and used to having his own way. And that's what it is.
So Wilder Game said he's heard Wilder broke his hand from the new gloves, and then the slow count is what he heard so far. So there's two.
Well, Malik Scott said he's broke his knuckle. Malik Scott said he broke his knuckle. Malik Scott said, "Well,
so Malik said that. Okay.
I'm telling you, hey, look, Leighton, the excuses are not gonna stop. You know, right now, the other side of the street, dudes on YouTube, they faces is all looking like this, trying to come up with excuses.
How'd that happen? Hold up. How'd that happen? Hold up. This motherfucker used some secret, invisible knuckle egg weight to show him. That's what happened. This motherfucker Tyson Fury, the Gypsy Queen, he came up with this stuff. He put egg weights in his back fat, and the back fat absorbed Tyson Wilder's power. That's what happened. The back fat was illegal. The extra back fat, you see that back meat, it was illegal, and it had clenbuterol in it or something, and that's what happened. I'm telling y'all.
Oh my God.
That looked like a tranny named Sharkeisha or some shit. The fuck? Starkeisha. What?
And I'm a Wilder supporter, and it was just unfair last night. The way
there was some fluid in that water bottle.
It was some fluid in there. JD's need to get investigated because he was something's up with him. He's the highest paid water boy in the history of boxing. The highest paid water boy. He was just
put tap water in that boy water bottle.
I mean, come on now, y'all already know
Flint water. The Flint water.
That's right. That Clarissa Shields Flint water ain't no good.
You said Shakari Richardson looking at. Hell yeah.
That's my girl though. Shakari Richardson, my girl though. We be getting high and shit.
Man.
God. Bro.
Wow. Well, hey man, I'm sure they got to be stressed out trying to come up with some kind of excuse, man. I seen a fair and square, no seashells flying out your hair this time, at least. Damn, last time it was
In the
seashells
thing,
flying
knockout.
around.
He went out on a shield. He got knocked out, and he was out cold. I don't care what anyone says. He was out cold. But when he got clinched, he was out cold. So you can't say anything else. He got knocked out there. Unless he always fans play, like, do you know what I mean? It was like Ant-Man. Do you know? You must know Ant-Man. Mate, he's not even come up with anything. Do you know what I mean? And that's the number one all year. He's been going on him all year.
Oh,
he
you
hasn't
mean that
come up
dude?
with anything yet.
Don't talk about that dude.
Yeah.
That dude's he's the fucking ass betting number one extraordinaire on Twitter, man. How you gonna ass bet people? How you gonna say, yeah, everybody that I bet, I'm gonna come back to you in 2 to 3 weeks with your payment? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, shit. A 2 week post-dated check.
He owns half a billion, I reckon. Jesus.
Pavilion out here on YouTube.
Say that man's went on Twitter on the internet and said, hey, I'll come back to 2 to 3 weeks. I'll pay all of y'all.
2 to 3 weeks. Hey, I gotta have it.
Oh my God.
Shit.
Don't bet what you don't have.
Exactly.
Exactly. They bet 3 months worth of rent. They gonna bet 3 months worth of rent on Wilder, man. God damn it.
One of the big channels over here, Rob Tebbett took a photo of him walking out of the stadium, and he said a lonely guy walking home, and like Rob has got big.
You lost all the money.
And Rat-Man, yeah.
You got all the money for it? Yeah, you done bet. He done took out.
I told your stupid ass not to bet
PPP
that,
loans to pay out for bet. Hold up, I'm gonna take out these PPP loans and play these bets off. Hold up.
Now I gotta go to the fucking casino. Fuck around with your stupid ass.
Now
everyone waiting for the man that don't watch boxing, Young Pharaoh, to post a spit right. Young Pharaoh probably gonna come back with it. Peace, family. Y'all just see this water bottle in the corner, family. That's how you gonna come off.
Sleeping. Are you watching knockout again? He's sleeping. Gone. Even the ref just went wave off before he hit the floor. He is sleeping. And I have my guy saying, no, he never went to sleep. He was asleep, mate. He was asleep.
Well, I know one thing. Dan Wilder done fucked it up for all of us. You know, PBC, he's still here, baby. You know, PBC's still here, and we're going to be doing these fights with ESPN and Top Rank. And, me and Bobby, our relationship is getting a little better. And, we got to combat the zone and Eddie Hearn and them, because them damn White Walkers, they coming for us. They're trying to take over.
Al,
we can't let that.
Al, are you answering the phone to Wilder? Al, are you answering the phone to Wilder?
Yeah, I'm answering all the phones. You know what I'm saying? I'm answering all, and I'm trying to get Ed Berlanga on this side of the street. Because he was exposed. But we're gonna take care of him. We're gonna move him real slow, extra slow. You know what I'm saying? Just like we doing Tank. And him and Tank, they're gonna be the Tank and the Monster. You know what I'm saying? And we might make a catch weight and have them fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Because they. We're gonna do that. We just do shit like that. Make a fight.
Hey, who had a better night last night? Top Rank or PBC? Which fighters had a better night last night?
Top Rank.
Top Rank.
Bob was
Top Rank,
huh? Bob was buzzing, mate.
Bob had a hell of a weekend, man. Hey, Bob been getting headlines out here.
He's putting up presenters. He's putting up press. Bob does whatever the fuck he wants to do. Bob just does what Bob does. See what I mean?
Yeah, Bob does what Bob does. Let's see. What was his accomplishments this year? He got the lineal WBC champ, heavyweight champ, Fury. He's got Top Rank. He got the Josh Taylor, undisputed. He got Bud Crawford, possibly looking to dethrone a PBC fighter, and Porter. Even though he's been dethroned before, but just to get that on his resume would be great. And if Porter get blazed too, so that would be Wilder, Pacquiao, Spence, and then Porter, and then of course Keith out of there. But people gonna be looking like this if Porter get blazed by Crawford. It'll be looking kind of rough. There'll be a lot of top guys from PBC getting them hands put on them.
Bob's the PBC killer. Bob is killing the PBC.
Oh, PBC killer.
He's shaking Al's hands, and he's just killing them. He's just killing PBC. Bob is just taking them out slowly, taking them, mate. Trust me. He's pretending to be friends with Eddie. He's just killing it. Bob's killing the game, mate. Because if you don't lie, they got the best roster of fighters. Simple as they have.
Space Jam water, right?
Bob's like, I'm gonna pull their panties down and I'm gonna clap their cheeks one by one.
Right. I mean, come on.
He is.
Bob
he
going
is,
after Fox at
He's doing
UK
it.
Fox
What he said,
presenters.
Kate Abdo, Kate I love good sperm Abdo was like, we're gonna have a face off now. And I was like, fuck her and fuck them. Who saved the fight? And he said, Mike Carpenter, shut up, you little prick. Mike was like,
oh, so that was Carpenter that was talking.
Yeah.
I didn't know who that was. I'm like, who was this dude
He
yelling at?
told him, shut
the fuck up, you little prick.
He was coming to hit him. He was coming to hit him. Bob's bouncer had to hold him back. Like, do you know what I mean? Bob was going to kick him.
Mike was like, oh yeah? Oh yeah? He's like, yeah, you prick. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here, will you?
Get him out of here.
Escort him out of here. Get him out of our face.
Hell yeah, Bob killed everyone.
Bob went up to TO2, called him a schmuck.
Fucking Schmuckatelli. Get out of here, Schmuckatelli. Go back to Schmuckers.
I had to look it up. I said, what the fuck? Y'all got to look up what schmuck mean. I was like, damn.
Fucking Schmuckerican over here.
It's an old school word, but that shit is.
What the fuck you talking about? He
terrible.
made himself look so damn stupid.
That's
He
horrible.
was telling him Haynesia and all, wasn't he? Saying Haynesia. Telling Tiafimo Haynesia. You know what I mean? Fuck
Oh,
you know?
shit.
Yeah, you look, my son, you know, he's a little, you know, he's just happy, you know, whenever he gets happy, you know, he says stupid shit. You understand what I'm saying? We get a little excited. And you know, we just, you know what I'm saying? We make a little stupid comment that won't happen again. All right. My son's not gonna do that anymore. You know, we're gonna fight for 135, defend our title against Can Bozo. Then we're gonna move up to 140 and go to Josh Taylor country in Scotland and beat him in his backyard, baby. That's what we're doing. We international with it, baby. Yeah.
Damn. I'm not gonna lie. In the last few interviews of T.O. Senior and even T.O. Junior, man, they look like struggle on them, man. They look humbled a little bit. You know, T.O. still trying to talk his little ego or whatever, but nah, fam, nah. You ain't fooling us, man.
If Jake Paul's doing this, why we can't defend for 2? Wait, no, we can't. That's what doesn't happen.
Can't do it for 2, you schmuck.
You schmuck.
I ain't never in my life heard in boxes the promoter call his own fighter a schmuck in his face, bro.
Devin Haney was probably laughing his ass off. Devin Haney made a comment too. He was like, I have to look up what schmuck is, and Bob was right.
He said his dad told him what it was. He didn't even know what it was. That shit crazy.
Shit, man. That shit is wild.
I'm like, damn, this motherfucker now he got to come to the zone anyway. He didn't even want to. Oh shit.
I just want to say that the Ed Berlanga boy is straight jabroni. Okay, Ed Berlanga was talking about they will be talking about me in the Wilder Fury card. Well, they're talking about you for all the wrong reasons. You're at the hype job, okay? Hype job means like at the Hulk Hogan. You the Hulk Hogan, a jabroni, okay? Nobody believes you. You have to move quicker. He moves it like at the Hulk Hogan, okay? His damn power is like the leg drop. It only has one mode, okay? Which is slow. He's so slow. He moves it like a slow-footed Danny Garcia. But the thing is, Danny Garcia can block the punches, and he can punch better and have the variation, okay?
Damn.
Edgar Berlanga, you must do better than that, okay? Because the Cosares almost had your ass out of there and embarrass you. Now, Terror Squad, the Fat Joe will treat you like the birdie did the Boogaloo in the Above the Rim movie. Is this a fucking joke? You talk about the Canelo? You talk like you want to fight the Canelo?
Fucking serious? This is a joke?
Are we serious or is it a joke? Okay,
damn.
no.
One fight,
joke.
lost his stock.
Boxing.
You can lose your stock in one fight in boxing, man. It's crazy.
Casares bent him over and humbled him last night, okay? Humbled him good and put his arm in his ass.
Damn, I gotta watch that fight, man. That man called him the Hulk Hogan, the boxer. Damn. WrestleMania ass.
Give the monster title back to Inoue. That is the real monster in the boxing.
Yeah, he got to earn that. So he got to earn that nickname.
His new nickname for now is Burger Langa.
Burger.
Burger Langa.
Meat patty.
Meat patty. Stale promotions Berlanga. Okay.
Damn.
You need the more rounds. You need the better opponents. You should give Corsaris a rematch because that was a draw. That was a gift decision. Everyone knows it.
Damn. Now I'm really gonna watch it. Say it ain't so. Life and death, and the dude had like 4 losses, huh?
Yeah, man.
4 losses.
That's Corsaris, man. Corsaris, man.
Yeah, I gotta look him up, man. I probably seen him fight before, but the name ain't ringing a bell right now. Let me look him up.
Hey,
what's
look,
his name again?
We just stayed straight up to Casares.
Casares?
He fought Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah, he fought Billy Joe Saunders. You know? Hey, and look, I'm Puerto Rican and I'm from the fucking projects too. But you get fucking you get flamed on here too, man. Fuck that shit. You fucking suck, you fucking suck. That shit was whack. Fuck.
Dead. Oh man, let me see. Is it Alexander? No. Oh damn, this motherfucker undefeated. Whoever this is. Damn, who the fuck is Alexander Cazares? 16-0. Oh, never mind. Damn, that motherfucker 14 losses. I was looking at the wrong thing. I thought it was knockouts. Oops. Let me see. One more Cazares. There's a lot of Cazares in boxing, man. Hold up, y'all. I gotta handle something. I'm gonna handle something real quick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Marcelo Casares, yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know.
Let me look him up.
And then he hurt his bicep or some shit.
Marcelo. And speaking of Marcelo, speaking of the other Wilder, I go there anyway. Yeah, but after I find him, I'll wrap this up. After this. I just want to see what are the takeaways from it, from this fight, man. Like, you know, can Wilder, like, what does he do? Like, I was still, like, I think Catacor said it earlier in the chat. Like, it's still a lot of good fights for Wilder that could be made, whether it be him and Ruiz, him and AJ, him and, you know, Charles Martin or something. Motherfuckers gonna watch it because it's Wilder. But
yeah,
I'm more concerned, like, damn, this dude took punishment. So, you know,
he's damaged.
How much more actual can this man sustain of damage? Is like, you know, I think, you know, at this point, at this level, I think the lack of experience, you know, and starting late is kind of really showing, like, dog, you gonna get really hurt at this level, dog.
It's not even, I don't think it's even a lack of experience. It's the lack of you implementing what you were taught. Because it's not like Breland didn't teach him these things. Okay? Breland taught him these things. It's just when you choose to retain it, you know, and choose to just go with what you're comfortable with and stay in your comfort zone, you're not gonna advance. You know what I mean? It was like you know what Tony was saying earlier. He chose to not implement certain things, you know. When you don't implement things that you were taught over time and just choose to ignore them and just stay in your comfort zone with that right hand or your 1-2, it becomes automatic. It becomes muscle memory. It becomes so ingrained in you that you don't know what else to do in a situation when the shit hits the fan. So you revert to, it's exactly what Tyson Fury said too. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. And he tried to tell Malik Scott that during the presser. He's like, as soon as I punch him in the face and lean on him or whatever and put the pressure on, he's gonna resort. And that's exactly what it did. What he did, because when Wilder hurt Fury in the 4th round, if you saw that, he put him down twice. That first knockdown, when he hit him and you saw Fury's body absorb that, Wilder should have automatically stepped to the side because Fury was so disoriented and dazed right there. He should have stepped to the side, to the left. Wilder should have stepped to the left, turned, and caught him with like 2 jabs to the body and the face. He should have caught him to the body, a hook to the body, and a jab to the face, and put him in the corner, and then he would have finished him right there. But Wilder, what did Wilder do? He tried to hit him with another damn right hand, and Fury saw that shit a miles away. He saw that shit. Okay, he's gonna try to do that, a right hand again. And what did Fury do? Instinctively, because Fury knew what he was gonna revert to, and he instinctively ducked just in time. But Fury ducked, and then Wilder hit him again, and then pushed. It was more like a push down almost, and Fury couldn't hold himself up. You know what I mean? Because he was already dazed, right? He was already off balance. He was already, his equilibrium was kind of off, you know. And then when Wilder hit him again and put him down, try to get him again with a right hand instead of variation, like we said earlier, variation. You know, you could have went downstairs a couple of times, like he was doing at the beginning of the fight, a couple of hooks downstairs, you know, step to the side, turn, you know, turn out, weave, you know, wheel out of the ropes, you know, try to turn Fury to the ropes, and he didn't do that.
Bro, yeah, it was like moments where I seen him like when Fury had, huh?
No, go ahead. I ain't saying
that. I was gonna say it was moments where I did see that Fury had him like up against the ropes, and then like I don't know, just like he just had 1 second where he turned Fury. And I was like, oh shit, that was nice right there, but he just never did it again. I was like, damn, why you keep just allowing this dude to lean on him?
He ain't do it again. He should have been doing that. If he would have kept doing that and then variation with his punches, going downstairs, going upstairs, going downstairs, do a combination, you know. You just can't tell somebody, hey, you need to knock him out. You know what I mean? Or you need to do this. You need to like, how about real instructions, step by step? Hey, I want you to lure him into the corner. You know, as soon as you go for a jab, step to the side, hit him to the jab to the body, then step to the other side. You know, a sequence of events. That way he can get that in his brain. It's like, okay, I need to do this when he does that, and then kind of improvise afterwards with different punches. No, you can't just say and instruct, say, wait, hey, you need a knockout. You need to do that. You got to put your all. You need something more than that. It's something more than motivation. You need real, actual instructions, a play-by-play game plans, and it could be real short and sweet. Make it short and sweet and simple. You know, keep it. The term is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. You know what I mean? Maybe a initial you know, strike as far as, you know, a jab to the body, boom. Then from there, step to the side, or if he tries to lean on you, you know, like immediately fall to the floor or take a knee or something, or, you know, try to wheel out whenever he try, you know, pull out and to the side. And whenever Fury was trying to lean on him, there wasn't none of that.
No, it wasn't.
You know what I mean? He's trying to hold up 277 pounds along with his 238 pounds. Benching 350 pounds is not going to do it. You're not going to have stamina. I don't care how much you bench press. That's not a measure of strength. Like I mentioned to Tony earlier in the chat. You know, I asked Tony because I knew already, and I wanted y'all to see that Tony knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, with that shit.
That bench pressing is never a measure of strength. Full core, full exercises, whole body exercises is a measure of strength. You know, high intensity training, HIIT training is a measure of endurance and strength. That's what Fury does. You know, doing the actual road work, right? Yeah, you swim, but that gravity in the pool doesn't equate to gravity in the air, right? Your actual body moving through the air, you know, and really putting feet to the pavement and pounding that pavement, because you're going to be pounding that damn canvas all night long, moving around that fucking ring, you know, dancing around with a guy that's 277 plus pounds across from you, and then you carrying the most weight you ever carried in your life, and you got bigger muscles. You know, like, come on, man. Told y'all the meaning of leaning. The meaning of leaning. It happened last night.
Yeah. Willie says working the core and legs with power, but Wilder don't do the cardio. Hey, actually, you think let's just say he continues to still fight. Does he keep Malik Scott, or do he need to make another adjustment, bring somebody else in, or what?
I think he needs to make another adjustment and bring in like somebody like a Blu-ray. Somebody like a Blu-ray that is real knowledgeable in strength and endurance training. It's not just working on one single muscle group, your upper body. You need to get them legs bigger. You need bigger calves to hold up yourself and your opponent. And then knowing and getting better footwork, a footwork coach, an agility coach in there to give you more, instruction in footwork and know what to do in a tie-up. When somebody ties you up, you move to the side, turning people, having somebody that's as big as like someone like Fury and you turn them all day. That's what you're doing for the next 2 hours. You're just turning this guy. This big motherfucker right here is 300 pounds. You're turning him all day. Because if he goes in there with Andy Ruiz will maul him and he's bigger. Andy Ruiz going to go in there, 250 pounds and he's solid, and he's got a shorter, shorter center of gravity. So imagine him trying to move Andy Ruiz and then Andy Ruiz catching him with short hooks to the body.
Yeah.
It'll be an earlier night fucking around with Andy Ruiz. And that's what people want to see. They want to see an Andy Ruiz and Wilder.
That is, if Ruiz getting on the inside of Wilder, man, that's his real weakness. Getting it when they get on the inside. When somebody get on the inside of him, he open for uppercuts, body shots, all kind of open shots on Wilder.
And then trying to turn Andy Ruiz, and Andy Ruiz got strong legs.
Especially working with Reynoso now. Hell yeah.
Strong ass legs. And
to be honest with you, he did get job by Areola, so I don't know. I forgot about that. He did get job by Areola. I think twice.
But Areola ain't no slouch though. He's just a journeyman. But Areola was never no slouch for real.
Buckled that boy. Once AJ loses a rematch, we need AJ versus Wilder. Only makes sense. 3 losses on the resume. I think there's only 2 losses on the resume, but yeah, it's still a huge fight and money to be made. I agree. I'll watch that fight. Put that on pay-per-view and take Wilder. Wilder can go fight outside the U.S. for the first time. Go fight AJ out there. That'll be lit.
Yeah, man. So
I can go to Wales.
It's a worldwide sport. It's a worldwide sport, man. You got to go out there. Got to fight. Take that chance, man.
AJ might do cardio. You said what?
He definitely needs to recover. He needs to take a good long minute to recover. At least 9 months to recover from that aspect.
Yeah, somebody said 2 years earlier. I'm like, he might.
2 years. I don't know about 2 years. Maybe 9 months. 9 months, you can recover pretty good.
Yeah, he might want. I mean, if he's gonna continue, then yeah, he might not want to lose as much momentum from what he was already kind of building on. Because like he looked good early on, but that shit just. I mean, I just gotta say, Fury got his number. So maybe against somebody else, he would have knocked him the fuck out last night. But, Fury's he just got his number, man. It's a big dude. AJ might do cardio with garbage tank, dude out of oxygen in 4 rounds. It just made me think about it. I was like, it's a trip that these dudes, it was 3 fighters on the card that suffered their second loss. J-Rock, no, not second loss, but it was back-to-back losses, what I meant to say. J-Rock coming off back-to-back losses, Wilder back-to-back losses, and then it was a third one. Who am I missing? It was J-Rock, Wilder.
I think J-Rock.
And Kaunaki. My bad.
Kaunaki. I think J-Rock need to hang him up. Every time he gets touched by somebody that is a halfway decent puncher, he starts losing it. He starts losing the scruples about him, and it goes downhill from there, man. I think he's pretty damaged, man. But Nano Rosario really touched him up bad. He did something to him. And Kaunaki, man, For me, I think Kanaki, man, he need to lose some weight. It'd be better. It'd be
lose some weight.
better if he lose some weight, man. Lose some weight, man.
Weight, man.
Lose
He
some
was
weight.
the same weight.
He was pretty much the same weight. I mean, he needs to lose some weight, a little bit of weight, and I don't know, man.
Cheeseburger training camp.
Going back to the drawing board, man.
Nah, I think it's nothing that he can do. It's over with.
It's over with. Yeah.
That Ruiz, that Kalnaki work, that's not it, dog. Will PBC pay for Wilder versus Ruiz? Both will want huge money. Yeah, they'll just make the fans pay for it. You know they do.
Martin Ramos, you missed how the other side of the street is thinking about, their face, thinking about how to come up with excuses. They looking like this.
Right.
Well, he do that shit. That's some bullshit. Tyson Fury can't be doing that.
Right.
He has
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy. He has some illegal back fat computer raw in his back fat. That's what he had. That's how he beat my baby Wilder. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to investigate
promotions
and propagate our boy Wilder because he coming back. Bomb Squad.
See, Bomb Squad, baby.
Bomb Squad, baby.
D Nice trying to jump on. Said Juggernaut knows only drop Ruiz, but Wilder has a devastating punch in both hands. He will put Ruiz to sleep. Juggernaut knows, right? Heck yeah. Kalnaki is done. Might as well go back to Poland. Yeah, man. Get out of New York and go back home. You know what I'm saying? D Nice, what's up?
What's going on, man? Salute.
What's good with it, man? We just was recapping the fights from yesterday.
Yeah, man, it's awfully quiet on these YouTube streets, man.
Is it?
Look, AD Nice. I was telling Black and everybody they on sleep mode. You know what I'm saying? Like when you put your PS5 on sleep mode, your computer on sleep mode. That's what they doing right now. They on sleep mode. You know what I'm saying?
It's still on, but they ain't working right now.
Idle mode.
They looking like this. Think about conspiracy theories.
I don't know if you hit to the one dude, CYP, man. I swear, this nigga was crying last night.
CYP.
Mr. CYP.
I never heard of that, fam.
Oh, man. This nigga, he's so passionate and be breaking shit down so scientific and be wrong as fuck. Every trip.
Damn. This man says it's quiet out here in these YouTube streets.
Definitely is. I had picked Fury. I picked Fury. I picked Usyk. Like I'm on the road right now. But logically speaking, man, if you was looking at the fight as an unbiased fight fan, it would have been hard to confidently go with Wilder in this third fight. Like I don't have no problem with people that they're just fans and they're like, listen, that's my guy I'm rolling with. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's what a fan does. But when motherfuckers try to scientifically break down shit, he gained weight in his upper body, so it won't affect his lower body and all this old nonsense. It's like, come on, man. You see what we have as factual evidence. You seen these last two fights. You seen how they went. How you think this third fight gonna go? Like in all of them videos Wilder put out, none of that shit ever changed my mind.
Talking about the conspiracy videos and shit.
No, them
workout videos.
Yeah, like none of that ever moved me. None of that ever moved me. And when he got in there, he looked like he was doing one of the videos for the first round.
Yeah, well, shout out to you for knowing that, man. I mean, I just thought off this one. I felt like the time that the time wasted, and I thought it started to favor Wilder. And I felt like he may be able to land that big shot, and he almost got him out of there. But Fury is a strong dude. Both of them strong dudes, but Fury, man, his heart, you got to snatch that shit out his chest.
And same with Wilder, and if only Wilder had the skill to go behind them intangibles, he would be of that ilk. But he's not. His lack of skill has been exposed to the 10th degree right now. Like, that's the glaring problem. And at this point, you might have to just resign to being who you are.
Yep. Here's my shit. Here's my Oh, let me turn it up. Yeah, so crow season for a lot of people. But shout out to the ones that eat that crow, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Eat your crow.
Hey, I mean, of course, like if Fury would have lost, I would have been wrong. You know what I'm
Because to be honest, to us it's just another fight, but some people have more emotional ties to these fighters, you know.
That's what people were failing to realize. I'm like, man, this is a boxing match. Man. This
Boxing goes on. You know.
Like this is a sport, and to see dudes so bent out of shape over something they had no control over.
Mm-hmm.
Still
so
amazing.
What was your if you can give any flame to anybody, man, who would you critique? Who would get like the worst criticism yesterday? Who get the shame of it, man?
The boxer trainer, is that what we talking about?
No, just the fighter. Like if you were just judging off a fighter last night, who would get that flame of shame? Like who was just like horrible? Like you think he was just horrible? Just he gets the worst performance of the night?
No, because I mean it depends on what you're looking for. Because yeah, he stood in there, but he was really just a punching bag, man, for those rounds. He would get off a few shots, but I think that was due to Fury just really not caring about taking his punches. Because I done seen Tyson Fury be way more defensively sound than that. So I mean, yeah, I would give the flame to Wilder. Like you talked a good game, but everything appears to be true now. The way he was acting, the way he changed up how he come to press conferences. He done switched his whole mood up, his energy different. Now we see why, because he was nervous. He was scared. He didn't know if he could truly beat this man. He was just saying what the people wanted to hear. Like, did you notice him before the fight when they showed him? Man, that boy looked like he was on Deontay Wilder.
Mm-hmm. What about him?
He looked like he was facing life in prison, man, before that fight.
Wait, I'm sorry, I had to mute real quick. He looked like what, bro?
I say he looked like he was facing life in prison before that fight.
Scared straight looking ass?
Man, that boy nervous. And I ain't never seen Deontay Wilder quite like that either. All of those are telltale signs, but I was just picking strictly off of what I had seen already. Tyson Fury was a better boxer. On top of being a better boxer, he got just as much heart and toughness as Deontay Wilder, so you all mad. You a littler guy, and you're not the better fighter. You're picking in the win.
Man. I tell you, let me see. Boxing Andy says ref did count very slow. He gave Tumble Dryer slight advantage for him to get up since he's the belt holder. Bottom line, Fury just a dirty fighter. You have to fight dirty to beat him at his own game. Hey, but what did you think about Ife, man, versus Sanchez, bro?
I ain't picked, neither one of them, but I'm not surprised. That ain't never really been that like the truth. Been like a watered down version of Deontay Wilder for real.
So kind of got like low key exposed yesterday when he got in there with a real
they could call it exposed. Yeah, I guess so, but I never believed, so it wasn't exposed to me.
Right. It was just kind of like a confirmation from what you already knew.
There you go, confirmation.
Yeah, I kind of felt that too. I mean, I had favorite Sanchez. I just felt like if he didn't land the shot, he was gonna get slapped.
See, I wasn't hip to Sanchez. I didn't know he could move like that. If he can do that with better opposition, shit, he might be a problem.
Yeah. Sanchez, man, he actually pretty scared. I just didn't like. I wish he would just be a lot more busier instead of kind of just like being on the back foot, just being real defense. He got good defense, but he could be doing more instead of kind of showboating and doing a little silly shit at times.
I think he could have took FA out if he'd got busy.
Mm-hmm. I really felt that he kind of held back. And then what you call it, Ife kind of went survival mode. He wasn't even really trying to win at the end. I'm like, man, whatever. He's just gonna take this L.
Right. I thought he was gonna try to rob him, but that'd have been a mean robbery right there.
Yeah. Fury took away his confidence and heart. Ife is a one-trick pony. Rest in peace, Wilder. Damn, says Method of Madness. Damn. He done, so he retired after this, man. You feel like he done Method and Madness? Yeah, I think he was one of the ones too. Said he gonna get slaughtered going into this fight. I was just trying to have hope for him because hey, that's our last American heavyweight for a minute. That's gonna hit that get that strap. Shit, it's gonna be a while. Jared Anderson, he gonna have to step up his competition before we even think about what he gonna do.
Right. I think it's a little too early. You got to see what he got. He can really get in there. But if he can do that to the like I'm saying, like with Sanchez, if he can do that to the better opposition, he's gonna be a problem too. He's gonna be a problem too. That's a young boy. He's athletic. He moves fast. His hands fast. He hit hard. He got technique. And if he continue to learn, motherfuckers better watch out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Well, before we get out of here, man, you want to speak on anything else on that card? And is there a fight that you would want to see, a next big heavyweight fight matchup you want to see next?
No, but I wanted to ask, what happened to J-Rock, man? Did he get beat up bad? I didn't see that fight.
I missed it too. They said he lost, man. He was Actual was telling me that you know, when he get hit, if he in there with somebody who got a good decent punch, he just gets real, you know, he gets silly in there when he get hit. So it was kind of one of them things, I guess. And then I guess he lost the decision. So
yeah, he should probably hang it up too.
Wilder lost to the best. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you think what chance you give Usyk versus Fury?
I would go 60-40 Fury.
60-40 for Fury?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it's a great big man, great little man type of thing. But see, what people don't take into account for Fury in this fight, man, I truly believe he disrespected Wilder's power. That's why he fought him the way he fought him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe he was concerned with boxing. He came for a fight. And that's what they did. And they fought. And he lost. I think against Usyk, he would employ a different tactic. And I'd have seen more out of Fury than Usyk. So yeah, I would favor Fury. But I wouldn't be surprised if Usyk won.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Wilder,
but one thing I don't think, I see if Usyk win, I see it going 12.
If Usyk, yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, I still think it's gonna go the distance. I don't see Fury stopping Usyk. I don't see that happening. I think he's too quick and he's got good stamina. You know, he's not gonna get tired like Wilder did. He's not gonna be there to be hit. Really, Fury gonna have to work for it. You know what I mean? And we seen he had to work to get the work off on Wilder. And at times he wasn't even all that accurate, you know, and Wilder was able to evade some of them shits. So I don't know. I give Usyk a really good chance to beat Fury.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him winning. I would just have to, at this point, I would have to pick Fury, and I would have to believe if Fury fight regularly, that his performance by that time would be better. But you got to figure he's definitely coming off a 20-month layoff, though. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, man, I think for me, man, I think once Fury hits Usyk a few times, like he hit Wilder on Usyk, if Usyk tries to absorb those, he can't absorb those for too many rounds. So, you know, we already saw how Usyk was kind of stunned every time AJ got caught him a few times. You know, he held on. So imagine, you know, somebody bigger. You know, somebody bigger like Fury lands on you with them jabs. Them jabs are strong, man. Them jabs hurt from Fury, and they coming from a long distance. Somebody with more mass. I don't know, man. That power jab is something else.
He was snapping Wilder's head back with all of them.
Fury did hit Wilder with two. You said what?
I mean, Usyk really got to be really elusive in that fight if he fights Fury.
Hey, you cannot stick around. That's why I would give. I would have to lean towards Fury, man, because
Say
he's just
again.
as talented. I said I would have to lean towards Fury because he's just as talented and he's a bigger man.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the difference maker could be the speed though. That's
Yeah.
something about the speed because they skills is probably you say almost even. Like they really have a high ring IQ, but the speed is going to favor Usyk. And I've seen two really skilled guys get in there, and the guy who's faster will end up winning. He's just quicker to the punch. He's quicker out of there. But like y'all stated, he can't really get hit with nothing. No, none of them clean shots. Martin said Wilder gets in another war like that, he's going to sound worse than Holyfield. Man, this dude, he probably talking like Holyfield right now. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, hopefully he don't get into too many wars like that.
Talking like Floyd Senior now. Floyd Mayweather.
Oh shit, that's like the final level. Final level of that shit.
Do that shit, Black. Do that voice.
Look, man.
Black, do that shit good.
See, you got experience with this. You got it. What? Over. Tell you. Yeah, that's the final level. When you start talking like Senior, yeah, it's definitely you were supposed to hang it up a long time ago. It's over. It was long overdue. Fury would literally use his whole frame that will sap his energy, and his frame is a lot bigger. Huh?
You know who else be sounding real fucked up? Terry Norris, man. He be sounding real fucked up, man.
Terry Norris.
Bad. Terry Norris is my guy.
He bad too.
Yeah.
That's that style of boxer, man.
Shredded. He was shredded back in the day too. Giving him work and work. Usyk struggles against Chisora. I thought he got robbed. I mean, he surprised everybody because he looked bad in that fight. Well, not bad, but he didn't look as great in that fight. And then the first fight, I forgot that dude's name. He didn't look good at all. He was struggling, but he went in there and looked great versus AJ. So, kind of like probably Fury too. So they say some of them fighters just get up for certain fights, or they fight to the level of the opponent. Wilder claims Fury has pillows for fists. Yeah, and pillows put him to sleep. That's what pillows do, right?
That's a fact. Like I got a raw. Shout out to the panel and shout out to the motherfuckers who paid me my $180 for yesterday.
Shout out to D Nice coming through, man.
Already, man.
Yo.
Pillows, man.
Yo, shout
Sleep.
out. Shout out to boxing and Knicks too, man. This shit is funny, man. This shit.
Terry Norris got KO'd a lot. Bill, you and Chisora put better display on Usyk than AJ did. Just imagine Fury. I mean, hey, styles make fights, as they say.
That?
I can't see it. It was just dark. I think whatever it is, it seems like the camera is covered. If you're trying to show something. It was just dark.
Oh, shit. Let me see. Hold up.
Yeah, it was just black.
Yeah, all right. I don't know. Yeah, forget it. I'll send it to you.
All right.
This shit's funny.
But yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in with us today, man.
That's boxing antics.
Yeah, shout out to you, man, for bringing them over, because I didn't even know boxing antics until you brought him over, because you said he be making all the memes and stuff, right?
They be making all the memes and shit, man.
So shout out to him.
I've used a few of them over here, but so do others on YouTube.
Yeah.
He be on Twitter doing his thing and shit. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, I went ahead and slid him a wrench today. But yeah, man, thank y'all for sliding through. Of course, shout out to the whole Truth Hurts crew, underground community. You want to drop anything, bro, before we go?
Nah, man. Still, the year's not over. You still got Lomachenko coming through. Some other fighters coming through the
Porter
year,
Crawford,
the last quarter of this year. Porter Crawford, man, that's the next one. That's gonna be a good fight. I don't know, man. I got a 50-50, but I think I'm gonna go with Bud. I got a 50-50, but I'm gonna go with Bud for the stoppage. It's a 50-50 fight, man. You can't count Porter out.
Damn, 50-50 fight.
I'm gonna say 50-50, man.
Wow.
I don't know. At this point, man, I think Porter don't got nothing to lose. He's gonna go all out, man. He's gonna go all out because I think Porter knows this is his last chance to, capture a belt. So we'll see, man.
We'll see. He's 3 losses, so going in there with an undefeated, fighter, former undisputed, current WBO title holder, and Bud Crawford. So it's gonna be one to remember. And I'll point it out again. We seeing a lot of changes. We seeing Top Rank in PBC. We seeing streets merge. So hey, man, that narrative about that street, it looked like they all playing on the same street now. But that's a good thing though. That's a good thing. Now I know that we got to come out of pocket because pay-per-views, but PBC and Top Rank, for the sake of, I guess, keeping pay-per-view alive, they've come together and joined forces to make some fights happen. Shout out to Porter and Crawford. Shout out to Wilder and Fury, and the many other fights that's going to be co-promoted between them. But Bob Arum, I think he's kind of kicking ass, man. Shout out to Bob Arum. Shit. Got Loma coming up. Uh-oh. Playing Canelo, right?
Yes, it is I. I have returned. But you have me coming at the end of the year along with my brother Triple G, who will also fight a Japanese Godzilla, and the Murata fight coming on the 31st of December. The Gospel of Boxing. Yes. You will see me fight the Kome, and I will beat him in 1 round. That is my prediction. Yes.
That'd be something if you did it quicker than Tio.
The Teofimo boy will not escape my wrath. I will have my sandal on his backside and his father's too. And I will let Tio's mother know that Senior has been fornicating with women that is not Tio's mother. Yes.
Man, oh man. I can't wait to see Lomachenko back in the ring. I'll tell you that. Hey, but in the chat, before we go, Martin said Crawford TKO in the 8th. Boxing Annex says, I think Bud will make Porter quit. And Uda's Gang says chicken horses and eyes getting messed up is making streets merge. So there you go. There's the explanation there for the Top Rank and PBC collaboration. Shout out to PBC featuring Top Rank. You know what I mean? And vice versa. But yeah, man, that's it. That's all we got for this one. And best of luck to Wilder going forward. We'll see what he decides to do. I recommend him take a good long vacation on his Alabama property and just enjoy your family, heal up, and as for Fury, don't spend all your money at the casino. You know what I'm saying? Since you moved to Vegas now, don't spend all your money at the casino. But yeah, we out of here, man. UGC, shout out to Axel for joining me all the way through. And everybody that caught the playback. I'm out.